What's up, sports fans? It's your man D back. Speak your mind, sports talk. All right, check it out, man. Check it out. Is this right? Part three? No, we're supposed to be on part four, man. I got the wrong one up. Uh, what's the day? Wednesday. Yeah. Anyway, I got the wrong thumbnail up. Hold on, let me change that. We're on part four. What's up, Chain with Ice in the building? What's good with you, brother? What's good? What's good with you? Think I put the wrong tweet up and everything. That's all right. We're gonna change it up here. But anyway, yeah, we're on part four. Today is Wednesday. Part four of this thing here. I got the wrong divisions up. This is the right one. All right, give me 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Yeah, man. Almost through. Tomorrow is welterweight and heavyweight. I do remember that for sure. Yeah, we on 126, 135, 160. We did those yesterday. All right. Now I got it. Now we right. Now we looking good. Part four. Here we go. Bam. All right. So Chain with Ice in the building. What's good with you, brother? What's good? What's good? Dizzle PV. Dizzle, what's good? What's good with you? That's the one we did yesterday. So we gotta keep it moving. That it was not wrong with the list. It's just I had the wrong thumbnail up. We on part four. Part three was yesterday. Dizzle. That's all it is, brother. Bruce Goals, what's good with you? Kevin in the building. What's up, Kevin? Appreciate you coming through halfway into the weekend. Yeah, we're gonna do the pre-fight predictions and stuff Friday. But yeah, man, it's as they call it, Hump Day. Which man, my morning started off with a lot of shit going on. My daughter, she get ready to get another car, so she get ready to sell her car. We had to take her car to get it detailed and all that stuff. But anyway, uh, hope everybody doing well, doing well. So let's get into this. Let me put the link in the chat in case anybody want to come up and give their opinions. Ball hype, what's good with you, dog? I see you, ball hype in the building. Hold on, put the link in the chat. All right, they got a link. They got the link right there. All right, so start this off 126. So at 126, we know Gary Russell is the very inactive WBC champion. Leo Santa Cruz is the WBA champion. The IBF at 126 is vacant, man. There is no champion at no IBF champion at 126, and then of course Emmanuel Navarrete is the WBO champion. So still some good fighters down there. Kit Galahad is down there. Uh Ramirez is down there. Ray Vargas, of course, is down there. So you know, funny though that Jesse Magdaleno is still ranked in the WBO. How they have him ranked, I don't even understand. To tell you the truth, but Magdaleno been knocked out more than anything. But whatever. But Kid Galahad could probably be in somebody's conversation for being one of the top guys up there. Mauricio Lara, after his win over Josh Warrington, Mauricio Lara kind of looked sloppy, but it was a big upset for him over Josh Warrington. Then you got Leo Santa Cruz. I don't really hold anything against Leo Santa Cruz for getting stopped by Tank. I think it's a fight that he should have never taken, to tell you the truth. And that was at 130, but at 126, I still give Leo his respect for what he is at 126. One thing that you might think about though, concerning Leo Santa Cruz at 126 is that knockout he took from Tank. Will that affect him when he gets into another tough fight? Because, uh, you know, Leo had a tough chin and he used to take a lot of punches at 126. But like I always say, once that chin get cracked, man, once they crack that chin, things could be different. Leo depended on his chin a whole lot in the past, so Tank knocked him slam out. So we gotta see what he's gonna be at 126 if he's the same Leo Santa Cruz. But again, I would rate him up there. My three for that division, of course, not really of course, but I got Leo Santa Cruz, Gary Russell Jr. and Emmanuel Navarrete, and just the same as any other. I don't have any particular order, but I'll talk about Gary Russell Jr. first. Now, although Gary Russell Jr. is inactive, which he definitely is inactive, uh, I mean, still, I look at it like with Shakur Stevenson when we talked about that division there, 130. Um, I think he can beat these guys. So if I think he can beat these guys, then I have to at least give him that respect of having them one of the top three. So Gary Russell Jr. is still talented, man. His inactivity has a lot to do with his brittle hands, but also the business side of everything that's going on with the PBC. But outside of Lomachenko, Gary Russell Jr. schools guys, and he's been schooling guys. He has fast hands. He can definitely box. He's a student of the game, so you can't take that away from Gary Russell Jr. Most you can say about him is that he has those hand issues. Outside of that, I had to consider Gary Russell Jr. one of the top guys in the division. Hold on, guys. I got to plug my computer in right quick. Give me a second. Damn it. Hold up 1 second. Gotta plug this in. All right, my bad. All right, so anyway, yeah, and Gary Russell Jr., I mean, again, that once a year thing is what really kills Gary Russell Jr. Once in 14, once in 15, 16, 17, 18, and so forth. Like the guy has literally fought once a year for so many years, and that's what kills him. I mean, he got decent wins on him, like Patrick Highland and JoJo Diaz, and he's got decent wins on him. But the thing with Gary Russell is you just don't see enough of him. But still, the talent's there. These guys. Well, I just feel like these guys are not beating him, so I had to have him in my top three. And with Leo Santa Cruz, I mean, look, it's just Tank Davis. He should have never taken that Tank Davis fight. That's the whole thing with Leo Santa Cruz. I I just feel like if Leo Santa Cruz doesn't take the Tank Davis fight, of course, we all still be waiting for him to get in the ring with Gary Russell Jr., of course, but who beats him? Who beats him? I mean, the guy's work rate was phenomenal. We know that. He got beat by Carl Frampton. He came back and he avenged that loss, and Leo is a multi-division champion. He's got good names on his resume. He's got Morris on his resume, and he has Frampton under there. Then he went up to 130, and even though he beat Miguel Flores, how they give Tank and everyone else credit for jumping these divisions. So you got to give it to Leo too. So I'm just saying, man, Leo Santa Cruz, plus he can box. His work rate's phenomenal. He was even touching Tank up. Uh, Not that it really bothered Tank any, because it didn't. It absolutely didn't bother Tank any. So not that it bothered Tank any, but he was still touching Tank up, you know. So Leo Santa Cruz is official, man. I think that Gary Russell Jr. would be his biggest challenge down there at uh 126. Oh well, actually, no. Let me take that back. I think Emmanuel Navarrete will be Leo Santa Cruz's biggest challenge down there. And I think Emmanuel Navarrete may be the best guy down there. I would love to see him fight Gary Russell Jr. That would be cool, man. Gary Russell and Navarrete. Anyhow, um, that's my next guy. That's my next guy, Emmanuel Navarrete. This dude, look, he's fighting the most. He's doing this thing. You know what I mean? I don't have no complaints about Navarrete for real. I think that a lot of guys don't want to fight him, probably, potentially. A lot of these guys down there just don't want to fight him. But look, man, everything he's doing speaks for himself, and he's fighting the most. That's where I'm with Emmanuel Navarrete. He's fighting more than any of these guys. This dude fought, I think he's fighting like he's a prospect on the come up, like Jared Anderson and these guys. But he's sitting there holding titles, and then he's moving up in divisions and all of that. I have no complaints, bro. And he's taking on good challenges, and just like Leo Santa Cruz, he took his loss and he came back. Well, he took his loss a long time ago anyway. He been on a hell of a streak. Emmanuel Navarrete didn't lose, I think, since way back in 2012, 2013, something like that. And he's just been on a tear since then. He had two good fights with Dogbo, very good fights with Dogbo. So, and then his he's moved up in weight. That fight with Ruben Villa, because I like Ruben Villa, and because Ruben Villa can box. I don't know if you guys seen that fight with Navarrete and Ruben Villa, but Ruben Villa can box, and I picked Navarrete to win that fight, but I picked Navarrete to stop him, and Ruben showed me something. I will say that. He showed me something. I got to give him that. But that was a good fight, but that was definitely a good win for Navarrete. And now he's getting ready to fight Christopher Diaz. So, I'm definitely looking forward to that. But I think he's one of the dogs. He's one of the dogs of boxing right now. The dude's come forward, high work rate. So, shout out to Navarrete. Um, I got these guys in my top three at 126. Now, here's the interesting thing, because I think that Emmanuel Navarrete is the number one guy. Hold on, let me jump in this chat right quick, see what y'all talking about before I go on to that. Bruce goes, salute, Boxing Master in the building. What's good with you? What's good? James in the building. What's up, James? He said, even though he lost Josh Warrington, he's still the best at one. Nah, James. Josh is not the best at 126. All of those guys will beat Josh, bro. I mean, think about it. Josh, nah, bro. He's not the best. Those guys are Leo beats him. Navarrete beats him, and I'm pretty sure Gary Russell beats him too, bro. Not even being biased, you know, I support British fighters. Shoot, I'm big on Conor Ben. Samuel Shaw, what's good? What's good? A lot of British fighters. Zucan is a good one. Yeah, he is. He is. I just don't have him in my top three, but definitely he is. He's a good fighter. Navarrete, Navarrete. 1, 2, and 3. Ah, shit, Boxer Monster. Samuel saluting everybody. Yeah, Emmanuel's a beast, Monster. Let me see. Gamboa, the best 120. Oh, before he moved up. Yeah, well. Once he moved, it was a wrap, bro. Dizzle said 126 Leo Santa Cruz, Gary Russell Jr., and Zucan. Yeah, okay. Okay, that's fine. 35 is Haney, Teofimo Lomachenko. And 160 is Charlo, GGG, and Boo Boo Andre. Yeah, that's good list. That's a good list, Dizzle. Miguel Robles in the building, mi hermano. What's good with you? What's good with you? He said these fighters need to fight more. Yeah, fight more and fight each other. Not just fight more, they need to fight more and also fight each other. What's up? What's up, boy? Deep Hodges. D Hodges in the building. What's good? What up, D Jeff family chat? Salute. LDBC salute family. Salute to you in the LDBC. D Hodges, what's good? James said Warrington beats Leo. I don't know about that, man. He might now. No, he don't hit hard enough, bro. Leo still got a tough chin. I mean, it would be a good fight and interesting to see because Leo Santa Cruz, like I said, I think, Tank cracked a lot of that tough chin, man. And that's going to make a difference, especially with a guy like Warrington that has a high work rate. But Lara put him down, bro. You got to realize something too. Tank might have got his chin cracked, but so did Warrington. Cause Lara, he put him down and he was sleepy. He was sleepy when he got put down by Lara. Joshua Littlejohn, what's good? What's good? He had him a good chin too. So kind of got to look at it both of them. I still would pick Leo Santa Cruz to win that fight. Boxer Monster said, Haney. Yeah, bias. Fanboy. Willie Williams in the building. What's good with you, Willie? What's good with you, brother? Appreciate you sliding through. Dizzle, it's a decent list. No, it's a good list, bro. That was a good list, Dizzle. Good list, bro. Likely Ryan and Tank, all that talking, no fighting. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, bro. Joshua Littlejohn says, I'm not well versed at 126 with 35. Teofimo to take over Tank Davis, Lomachenko. That's not a bad list. It's not a bad list at all. Let's see here.
Yo. Shout out to D. Shout out to the whole LDBC. What's going on, D? How's it going?
Leo. Yeah, I got what's up, ball? I got Leo up there too. D Hodges. I had Leo. All right, so ball hype, you know about 126?
Yeah, man, I do, man. I gotta go with
guys at 126.
Well, you already said Gary Russell, right?
Well, you gotta have your own list, so this is your top 3 guys at 126. Those were mine.
Okay. I'm not going to argue with Gary Russell at number 1. Are you ranking them in top 3?
Well, since we've been doing this thing, I've never given any particular order, so I'm not giving a particular order. You can give a particular order if you wish. I've just been giving my top 3, so no particular order for mine.
Okay, so a cluster of guys. All right. I will put, for me, the 3 best guys in the featherweight division, 126 pounds in the sport of boxing today. You got to go with Gary Russell Jr. I like Emmanuel Navarrete. I really like what I see from this guy. I wish you put a picture of this guy, man, because I think he deserves more shine. Yeah. Emmanuel Navarrete, man, this guy's he's got a little bit of Miguel Berchelt in his offense. I mean, he's just overwhelming with so many different angles, and he gets guys out of there. I mean, he's kind of big for the division. He's number 1 ranked in Mexico, number 1 ranked in the world, according to certain ranking systems. So I got to go with Navarrete. And look, man, Mauricio Lara really shocked the world when he beat Warrington, bro.
Yeah,
so did. I got to go with 2. I've got to go with 1 American, and I got to go with 2 Mexicans, if that's okay.
Yeah, but man, just go with the fighters and stop always bringing the nationality. I tell you that dumb shit every time, bro. Let's just keep it boxing, bro. I don't care. It doesn't matter what nationality.
I just want Navarrete to get more shine, man.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Ball hype. Don't start that shit, bro. You'll be off as fast as you're on. It doesn't matter to me. Stop always bringing that race shit into it. Two Mexicans, two blacks, two whites. I don't give a fuck. It's just two boxes, three boxes is what I'm asking for. I'm not asking for their background or their nationality or none of that silly shit, bro. Come on with that. That shit starts different discussions. It's only you and I on this panel, and I'm not feeding into that shit. So I'm telling you now, cut it out, fam.
Okay,
It don't
fair
matter
enough.
what they are. It don't matter what they
So
are. Those are
okay,
three
I'll
good
just talk. Yeah,
picks.
yeah,
That's what
yeah.
matters. Those are three good picks on the list.
Yep.
So yeah, all right. So here's the next question, and I was about to speak on that, but decided to go down the list. Boxer Bonser said Tank Davis hasn't uh, fought a legit fight at 135. Yeah, he's not. He definitely not in my top at 135. We get ready to move to that next after we get off this. Jeff, what's good with you? Joshua said 160. I'm taking Charlo, Danny Jacobs, and Chris Eubanks. Wow, we're gonna have a discussion about that for sure. Iron Calling in the building. Iron Calling, if you got time, man, jump on the panel and give me your thoughts on this. Put the link back in the chat. Uh, yeah. So, all right. So, ball hype. Here's the next part of this, and I'm gonna just do it like that. Uh, Now, me personally, who was your number one pick at 126? Who's your number one guy, or did you give an order, or did you just give three guys?
No, 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 no. You said no order, man. You said no
No,
order.
I said I'm not giving any particular order. I haven't. You can do whatever you want. You can give an order of the guys. Who do you think out of those three guys you pick? Who do you think is the best out of those three guys?
Hmm. I got to give Gary Russell Jr. respect for what he's accomplished in the sport of boxing,
Okay,
but at this point, he's an older Gary Russell Jr. So
right.
for the guy who's maybe emerging into that new position, I'd have to say Neverete, man. I'm going Neverete.
All right. So if you remove Neverete from 126, who do you have being the man at that division? I would suppose Gary Russell, since that was so difficult for you, right?
Gary Russell, but you know what? Mauricio Lara, he exploded onto the scene, man. I don't think a lot of people had him ranked that high, but after the beatdown that he put on Josh Warrington in
Right,
England,
right.
you got to give him credit, man. You got to give him credit.
So you think he'll be the guy to take that division over if Neverete was to step up to 30?
Yeah, yeah. You could say
All
that.
right,
Yeah.
all right. Well, my guy is the best guy is also Neverete, and to tell you the truth, I'm not so sure. Laura, I'm not so sure of him. Josh Warrington was pretty much on his way out the door anyway, if you ask me. You still got
Mm.
Kid Galahad down there. You got Ray Vargas down there. Leo Santa Cruz will still be there. I think that Leo Santa Cruz, to tell you the truth, until somebody knocks him off his reign down there at 126, I thought that he had Navarrete would have been a great fight, but I don't think that's going to happen. But until somebody knocks him off his reign, if Navarrete was to leave, I would just give that division back to Leo Santa Cruz. Obviously, he and Gary Russell's not going to fight, and I don't think that the PBC are doing the right thing by Gary Russell Jr. as far as getting him into fights. I don't think that it's all Gary Russell Jr.'s fault that he's not getting these fights. Um, and so I couldn't see him taking the division over because the dude's only fighting once a year. How you gonna take anything over if you're only fighting once a year? We on the first weight class, knockout boxing. What's up with you, brother? 126, Gary Russell and those guys. What's up, MMA champ? Most avoided in the building. What's good, Andre? Number one at 160. Yeah, yeah. Samuel.
Honestly, the
Hold on,
way
right quick.
Tank,
Hold on, right quick. Ball hype. Ricky, E245. What's good? What's good with you, fam? All right, go ahead, ball hype. What you say now?
the way Tank got knocked out. I mean, sorry, the way Leo Santa Cruz got knocked out by Tank Davis. I don't think he's ever going to be the same. Honestly,
Well, we
I don't
shall have
think
to
he's ever
see.
going to be
But
the same.
see, here's the thing. Somebody said Tank and Warrington, right? Warrington got that was a bad knockout by Laura because he took a lot of punishment before. Leo Santa Cruz took that one shot, pow, got knocked out. Laura took a lot of punishment before he finally got put away. He was knocked down multiple times. You know what I mean? Leo didn't take a bunch of knockdowns. He took that one shot, gone. They woke him up smelling sauce. He walked out the ring. Josh Warrington was down for a minute after his knockout because he took a lot of punishment. MMA champ, what's good? Who you
You
got,
know,
bro?
D,
Who
I
you
just
got
want
at
to say
126? Your top three guys, bro.
before you ask me that, I just want to say my picks are going to be controversial. I'm not trying to start a debate. It's just going to be controversial,
Yo,
bro.
it's your picks. I don't really care what your picks are. They're your picks. This is an opinionated discussion. That's why I keep telling everyone it's not a debate. So, whatever your picks are, just break them down. Why they're your picks? Why you like
Bet.
those guys, and that's it. But hold on, right quick. Ben Askren, he said I would beat the hell out of Eubanks. Let's see if you can get past Jake Paul first, because I think Jake Paul gonna whoop your ass, Ben Askren. Chin Smoke in the building. What's good? What's good? Yeah, I don't. I mean, Ben Askren, he wasn't a good striker in the UFC, so I don't think he's going to do much against that kid Jake Paul. Although Jake Paul's no boxer himself,
He
he's
looked
he's
straight.
better than he's better than
He looked
Ben Askren.
he looked very sharp striking though. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, Ben Askren,
Yeah, bro.
man, he's gonna get beat up. Tank should be in the 135 division, the top. No, he's not. He shouldn't be at the top. He shouldn't. He should be right where he at 130 because that's where he do most of his work at. Floyd them. If you saying Floyd them hadn't moved him right where he should be there competing already, I agree with that. But as far as right now, he where he's supposed to be. All right, MMA champ, 126, top three guys in that division. What you got?
Bet. Navarrete, Gary Russell, and Josh Warrington. Now,
Josh Warrington that just lost.
yep, bro.
Okay,
The
okay,
reason
go ahead.
why,
Go ahead.
yeah, the reason why I got Navarrete first, two division champ. He beat what's his name, Villa, who is he's a slick boxer, counter puncher, and then for the vacant WBO title, and then now he's going to fight tough opponent Christopher Diaz, you know, and then the reason why I got Gary Russell has very fast hands, um, very accomplished man. He fought Lomachenko. He's a WBC champion. And then the reason why I got Warrington is because I still think Warrington has the best resume in the division. If you look at his resume, D, come on, bro.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I hear you. Um, but if you
You
look at
can't argue that, bro.
resume is not everything. I think Markham Ribald already tried to break that down to you, MMA champ. See, here's the thing: accomplishments matter too, right? Not just
Yeah,
resume, but accomplishments. We can't say accomplishments don't matter because Terrence Crawford get most of his praise because of his accomplishment at 140. So accomplishments definitely matter. Well, Leo Santa Cruz is a multi division champion, and he only lost to Tank Davis. He lost to Frampton. He avenged that loss, and since then, he's on a reign. So
I'm.
hold on. So the other thing about Josh Warrington is, bro, he retired.
He retired,
He announced his retirement. Well, he said he's going to retire. Even the mere thought of thinking about retiring, whether he goes through with it or not, is enough to tell me that it's coming to the end.
but let me say
Even
this: the
contemplating retirement.
the reason why it's kind of 50-50 because they both are coming off of knockouts. So you could put that guy on, and you could put that guy on. It's really 50-50 because they're both coming off of knockouts, D.
Yeah, they are. We was ball hype, and I was just talking about it. I was just like, Warrington was knocked down multiple times, and he was getting hit with a lot of shots. Leo just got hit with one shot. So, I mean, you see Dillian White got hit. Those two were an argument of knockout of the year. He came back, knocked Povetkin out. I mean, you can bounce back. You get that knockout, that one knockout shot. That's different from getting punished, man. Josh Warrington got punished by Laura. Laura put a number on him. So And even still, Warrington, Leo ain't talking about no damn retirement where Warrington was. So mental, just the mental part. I don't think. I think he's pretty much out of it, bro. I don't know how he's going to bounce back after this, which is why I didn't have him there. His resume is good, but so are a lot of retired boxers. Their resumes are good, or boxers on their way to retirement. They got good resume. He's done enough to stake his claim in the sport of boxing. So much respect to Warrington, but I don't think I'm not really sure if he. Well, he's just not on my number three. Just a good guy. But anyway, I don't know. Let me put the link back in the chat just in case you and anybody else that want to come up. So we're gonna move on to 135 MMA champ. I don't know if you fell off or whatever. Let me get to this comment section right quick. I mean, Frampton gone, so yeah, Frampton's gone, but that's two of Leo Santa Cruz's significant fights at 126. Dizzle was that two fight war with Carl Frampton. Boo Boo Andre is gonna get whooped by the Welsh Wizard. Man, I sure do hope so, James. I'm going for Liam Williams in that fight. I'm picking Demetrius Andre to win, but I'm rooting for Liam Williams to win that fight. Definitely picking Demetrius Andre. I think he's going to edge it out with a split or majority decision. So at 135, Bo Hype. Three
Yeah,
best
D
guys
man.
at 135. Who are the three best
I
guys?
gotta say, I just before I give you the three best guy, I gotta give you some props, man. I gotta give you a shout out. Since you got your channel back, I've noticed the professionalism has definitely increased, the quality, the production value. You're really on your grind, man. You're an inspiration to all of us in the YTBC.
Appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that.
Want to give us a few thoughts on kind of your approach and maybe like what direction you want to take this show? Maybe you don't want to get all hyped up anymore and that kind of stuff. Maybe make
No,
it more
no.
educational.
Somewhat the afternoon show, more discussions. I mean, like I said this the other day. Sometimes we're gonna get topics that I'll have for the afternoon show where it's meant to be hype, right? And then some topics are meant to be discussion. So, but the morning show is gonna be for the fussing, the raving, the going off, and all of that. I think we don't really get far with that when these shows. It's entertaining and it adds some value, but a lot of people want to know about boxing. So with topics like this right here, like I was telling people earlier when we started this, for the lower divisions, I had to do research. So people just hear us talking about these guys and it may get them interested because the lower weights really don't get a lot of shine. So just talking about the best boxers, some people want to know, but they don't know. So we can get different ideas about guys in different weight classes and kind of put information out there without going into all of these silly arguments. Because a lot of those debates, man, are just little tit for tat silly argument shit. So, I want to
Yeah,
save that
it
for
can't
the
be.
morning time.
It can't be every day. It's once in
Yeah,
a
yeah.
while.
No,
Once
once
in a
in a
while.
while we'll have those spicy lives and stuff. This is just a 5-part series, so this one's more of a discussionary topic, and I had to split it up in 5 parts because there's no way we could have got this done in one live. Especially when you get like 4 or 5 guys on the panel. Today it's just you and I, MMA champ. I
No,
don't know.
you'll get more coming on.
Well,
You'll
I
probably
don't.
get a lot more.
I did it by myself yesterday. I just want to get through it, and I'll give my thoughts. I have information on all of these guys in each division. So if it's not someone to come up here and share information, people still going to get information about these guys. Samuel Shaw said Danny Jacobs is fighting at 168 now. So yeah. I don't think that he can be in the conversation at 160. I agree with that. I wish it was 3 if Frampton won. Yeah, well, Frampton, it could still be 3, but Frampton got beat up pretty bad, and he did retire. I know Frampton retired. Josh Warrington contemplated it and talked about it, flirted with it, but Frampton actually did retire. So Teofimo Lopez, Lomachenko, Devin Haney, definitely a good list. Definitely a good list. Josh, oh damn, Samuel, I didn't know. I went off the top of my head. Yeah, Daniel Jacobs just fought Gabe Rosado at 68. Facts ball hype off topic. Ball hype kissing ass. Cut it out, monster. Ain't nobody kissing ass. Monster man. Damn it. Snowing in Minnesota. What you doing in Minnesota, Samuel? You got tired of the swamp? You got, you got tired of being down in the swamp? D, come on. You can put the chaos in the morning. Yeah, man, I'm putting the chaos. No, no, no. See, Joshua, you ain't even hear me. I said sometimes it's going to be those chaotic lives, just not all the time, fam. I'm not doing that all the time no more. So just got to get used to it, Joshua. Anyway, let's get back at it, man. Let's get cracking. All hype, 135. Anybody else, too, that want to come join the panel and give your thoughts on these divisions, I'm going to put the link back in the chat. But ball hype, 135, bro. What do you got? Top three fighters at 135. Give us a little reason behind why you got these guys. What you got?
All right, man. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna switch it up. I literally just changed my mind in the last 30 seconds of you talking. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go with Teofimo Lopez, Tank Davis, and Devin Haney. And I'm gonna tell you what. I think Lomachenko. I think he's lost a step. I think if he fought Tank Davis or Devin Haney right now, there's a good chance that he could lose. Probably at least a 50-50 chance that he could lose. So I'm going to go with the young guys. I'm going to go with Devin Haney, Teofimo, and Tank Davis as my top three. No Lomachenko. No Lomachenko.
All right. All right. Hold on. Knockout boxing. I don't even see you. It might not have went through knockout. I'm not sure. Let me see. I can't find it. I don't see it knockout. It didn't go through. It didn't pop up on the screen. I don't see it. Tycho TV, what's good with you, brother? What's good? Well, all right. Well, I hear you, bro. Boy, that's actually not a bad list. I think Tank Davis. Me personally, I picked him to beat like Ryan. I picked him to beat Devin
Do you have him
Haney.
at 35? Do you have him at 35 in, for
Yeah, I'm talking
this
about at
show?
35, I think. But no, I don't. I actually don't have him there, but I'll explain why. Put it back up, knockout. I'll put it up there. Son of a bitch. But anyway, um, here's the thing. I got Lomachenko, Teofimo, of course. I got them up there for sure. And then I have to give it to Devin Haney. And this is why, man. At 135, at 135, Tank and Devin Haney has beaten the same guy. And say what you will, no, Devin Haney didn't stop him, but Gamboa didn't do anything to Devin Haney. I used to run this clip. I deleted it. I don't have the clip anymore. But I used to run this clip on here where Tank was getting pieced up by Gamboa. He didn't do any of that to Devin Haney. He caught Tank Davis with like 3 clean freaking shots. And so my thing is that uh, with them having the same exact win at 135. But Devin Haney having the title and doing more work at 135, I can't possibly put Tank over Devin Haney at 135. To me, Tank is a 130-pound fighter. He's not a 135-pound fighter. He's not lightweight. He's junior lightweight. So, uh, yeah, that's my three. As far as the guys themselves, I mean, Lomachenko and what he's done to boxing, you know, to me, it speaks for himself. It speaks for itself. I mean, Lomachenko lost to Teofimo Lopez. I felt like Teofimo Lopez beats them all anyway. I felt like that anyway. So, with that being said, that's all he lost to was Teofimo. I still think he beats the rest of them for real. I got to see them fight him. I got to see these guys fight Lomachenko. So, Lomachenko, I still have there at number 2. I mean, he came up to 135. He got the titles. Teofimo got his titles from Lomachenko. So Lomachenko came up to 35 and did what he was supposed to do. Devin Haney, he didn't beat a champion to get his title. So if I put him there, I'm logically going to have to put Lomachenko there. You know, that only makes sense. And then with Devin Haney, he's got a skill set, man. You know, it's not this game is not all about power. That kid clearly has skills. I'll never take that away from Devin Haney. He's got skills, and right now, 135 with his reach advantage, he can stay back off of punches and make you pay with that jab. I think it's going to be hard for a lot of these guys to beat Devin Haney. Um, we got some kids coming up right now that look pretty sharp. I like that kid, Floyd Austin. I like him. But anyhow, we got kids coming up, but they've not shown us anything. Devin Haney at least shown against Gamboa. He's getting ready to show it against Linares. He's showing us stuff against Santiago Abdulayev. My problem with Tank is he hadn't even shown us against those guys. And his performance against Gamboa was not very impressive due to the fact that Gamboa had limited mobility. Tank should have done a better job than that with Gamboa. So, with all of that being said, man, I got Devin Haney, Teofimo. Teofimo, please. I don't have to boost Teofimo up no more than I already have. Okay, with Teofimo, it's just this simple. He is the man. He got all the marbles. If it wasn't for Mauricio Suleiman and Bob Arum finagling that franchise belt in there, Teofimo would have it all. So I mean, and he fought his way up to the top. He moved up the right way. He didn't, fight a bunch of low level fighters. He moved up the right way. So Teofimo Lopez deserves to be where he is. I don't really give a particular order. When fighting Nakatani, Richard Comey, and all of that back to back, you know, Teofimo deserved to be where he is. So um that's how I see 135. Now, I have Teofimo as my top guy. And I feel like if he was to lead the division, although I have Lomachenko at 2, I think Devin Haney would take the division over. And here's why I say this. I don't think that if Teofimo left the division and vacated the belts, I don't think that Bill and Devin would be in any rush to go fight Lomachenko. They wouldn't. They'll fight these other guys, unify the title. Lomachenko's days are numbered. He's a little longer in the 2. So I think that Ryan Garcia, I don't know what he's doing. Tank Davis, Floyd not going to put him up there. And he's not going to do anything with Tank Davis. Floyd's not
Do you
going
have
to put
Tank Davis ranked anywhere? Do you have him ranked in any of the other divisions in the top 3, or you
I
just
have
don't have
Tank
him at
ranked
top?
at 130, and that's it. Floyd played a game with Tank at 135, and he's not a 126-pound fighter. So I look at Tank as a 130-pound fighter. That's it. I don't give him any credit.
Oh, I see.
Floyd Tank's rankings at 135 came from Floyd and Floyd Mayweather only. It was only Floyd that came out talking about Tank is the best at 130 and 135. No one else gave Tank credit for that. That was something that Floyd put out there. So I was like, Floyd done lost his mind talking about Tank the best at 135 with a Gamboa win. One win at 135? No, I never ranked Tank at 135, only at 130. So forget about that Fugazi title he holding, man. That don't mean anything. He ain't even defended it. If he had defended it, like with Devin Haney, he his title was Fugazi until he defended it. Once he defended it, it's not Fugazi anymore.
So that means you have Devin Haney beating Tank at 135
No,
because you
I
have
ain't
him
saying
ranked in
that.
higher.
I'm not saying that. I just saying that they got the same win, but Devin Haney has proven more, and he's the WBC champion. Uh, I don't know, man. I think Tank could knock him out because, see, here's the thing. I got to see this Linares fight because with the Santiago fight, Alfredo Santiago, uh, Bill Haney, said that Tank's shoulder, I mean, not Tank, Devin's shoulder was the issue, which I have to accept the validity in that his shoulder was an issue because the kid had a shoulder surgery right after that. He had to go into being champion in recess and such. So I could go along with the shoulder being an issue. But then he comes to Gamboa after Santiago. The shoulder's definitely well healed. He went through the recess, got the belt back, all of that. So the shoulder's well healed. Then Bill says that Devin was basically fighting on one hand because he had a broken hand situation there. Okay, so we got the broken hand, we got the shoulder. All right, I get it. Here's my thing, fam. Here's my thing with this. If you got the broken hand and the shoulder, now Bill says they're perfectly fine coming into this fight, right? So you got the broken hand, you got the shoulder, you're perfectly fine coming into this fight. No excuses. So he has to stop Linares if I'm going to consider him having any power, because Linares is not uh one of these guys with a diamond chin. You know, I don't care if he stops him late. I don't care. But if I'm going to consider him as some type of a power puncher or a guy with respectable power or anything like that, he's going to definitely have to stop Jorge Linares. And so I'm saying all of that. I can't really judge if Devin Haney will beat Tank right now, because I'm looking at it as if he's a soft puncher like I think he is, he doesn't get past Tank. If he has respectable power enough to keep Tank honest, then maybe, he can outbox Tank for 12. But if he's a soft puncher like I believe he is, if he goes from Gamboa to Linares and don't knock either of these chinny fighters out, then I will have to consider him somewhat of a soft puncher. And that's not going to beat Tank Davis, bro. We just saw what happens when a soft puncher gets in there with Tank Davis. We saw that with Dio Santa Cruz. We saw that. Tank's going to walk through those punches and knock you out, bro, because he's athletic enough, he's skilled enough, and he hits hard enough to do that. And Devin Haney has not been tested to the chin at all. Not one bit. So, Monty, you can sit there and keep fanboying for Devin Haney, but you know that dude has not been tested to the chin at all. And you get in
And
there with
Tank moves weight classes.
and you get in there with a Tank Davis. And if that's your first chin check, that's not a good sign. That shouldn't be your first chin check.
And Tank Davis,
anybody, Tank Davis being your first chin check, honestly.
Gervonta Tank Davis, he's definitely got the coolest nickname of the top of the 130, 135 guys.
Oh my God, bro, nobody
Gervonta Tank Davis, if anyone deserves a franchise belt, because remember, the franchise belt is for guys who fight in multiple weight classes and want to defend in multiple weight classes. So that's why it was created. And Teofimo and Devin Haney, these guys are not going up and down weight classes. Tank Davis is, and he's undefeated, and he's a champion. So if anyone deserves a franchise belt, it's actually Tank Davis, not Teofimo.
No, actually not. Okay, so he's giving that franchise belt out for the third time now that he's giving it to Juan Francisco Estrada. Here's the problem, not problem, but here's the issue with what you're saying. The first belt was handed out to Canelo Alvarez. Second belt given to Vasil Lomachenko. Third belt given to Juan Francisco Estrada. Here's where Tank doesn't fit the bill, Ball Hype. All of those guys won the WBC title before they were given franchise status. Tank cannot deserve it because he's not won a WBC title at 135. So he cannot deserve franchise status. No possible way, because all of those guys who have received it, Canelo, Francisco Estrada, and Lomachenko, were WBC champions. Then they were elevated to franchise champions. So no way Tank can get it. No way. No way does he deserve it. No, damn the spirit.
The idea.
Damn the spirit. No idea, no spirit. You have to be a WBC champion first. And that is something he's never done. So no cigar on that, fam. He cannot have it. Like it doesn't, he doesn't qualify for nothing we can say here to justify Tank should be franchise champion. You got to win the WBC title first. You got to do that first. At least that.
But he's the guy that the belt was created. He's the type of guy that the belt was created for.
Negative. The belt was created for somebody who demands $35 million a fight, and that has never been nowhere close to Tank Davis. That belt was created for a man that demands 35. Canelo is why that belt was created. And Tank, whether LB yells he's a star or not, is a mere pittance to boxing of what Canelo is. Tank doesn't earn 30 million, nowhere close to 30 million. Okay, this dude
Take
just got.
Canelo out of it, man.
Yeah,
Nobody
no, no, no,
compares to
no, no,
Canelo.
no,
You
no,
gotta
no, no,
take
no,
Canelo
no,
out
no,
of it.
no, no, no. We
Nobody.
cannot. No. Slow your roll now. We can't take Canelo out of it because your statement was that's the kind of guy it was created for. It was created for Canelo, so he has to be in it because that's why it was created for Canelo. See, Suleiman greedy ass wanted that Canelo sanctioning fees. Not you think he give a fuck about Tank sanctioning fees? No, Canelo sanctioning fees. You know the difference between 2 million and 30 million, buddy? It's a big difference when you're talking 3% of 2 million and 3% of 30 million. There's a lot of O's in between that there ball hype. So that belt was created for a guy like Canelo, right? Superstar power, not
Yes, a guy like
playing
Canelo who
star
was a
power as
tweener,
no,
who's
no,
a
no, no.
tweener.
Say it with me. Say it with me. Superstar power. See, what Ellaby claimed is that Tank is a star. He never claims Tank's a superstar. He claims Tank's a star. So that belt was created for a superstar that's out of Tank's league, out of the stratosphere, fam. He's no superstar of boxing. Not at all. That belt was created for a superstar of boxing, right? It's a big difference.
He's
LeBron James and a star, NBA All Star. No, LeBron James a superstar. NBA All Star necessarily is no superstar. That's the difference of star power we're talking about here, ball hype, right? Yeah,
it's apples to
Canelo's like
oranges, though,
no,
man.
no,
It's
right,
apples
right,
to oranges.
right. So you got to understand why that belt was created for superstar power, not for Floyd's bullshit. That franchise belt wasn't created for Floyd's bullshit. That was created for superstar power. A fight that's gonna demand more than 100 to 200,000 pay-per-views, because that's what Tank's demanding right now. A
See,
hundred to two
boxing,
hundred thousand pay-per-views, right? So
boxing.
look, let's get back. Let's get back to the topic. I don't want to get too far off of that, bro, because with this Tank Davis foolery, 135. Let me see. Let me get back to the chat right quick. I see some people step in the building. BK in the building. What's good with you, BK? Appreciate you coming through, fam. Let me see. Let me see. Junior in the building. What's up? What's up? I'm just moving down through the chat, guys. Salute people that came in. PED, what's good with you? J13, what's up? What's up? All right, knockout, I got you. They go your list. All right, that's every. Oh, he who greets with fire. What's good with you, brother? All right, knockout boxer says I got Teofimo, Devin Haney, Lomachenko as my top three. Okay, Tank moves up and down. I believe he's top 2 or 3 at 130. Yeah, 130. Yeah, I don't rate him at 135. When fighting that, he's a top fighter at 140. Please, bro. Come on, man. Man, I don't know about all that 140 jazz. I got Zapata, Josh Taylor, Regis Prograis, uh, um, Jose Ramirez. I got all of them wrecking Tank at 140, fam. And when Teofimo move up, he gonna wreck. Nah, Tank ain't get. He don't get no props at 140. Hey, knockout king, he ain't even fought Mario Barrios shit. What if Mario Barrios go in there and upset Tank and piece him up? Tank can't get around that reach. Mario Barrios got a little pot with him, so we can say he got respectable power. I'll give him that already. Leo didn't even have respectable power. We got to see Tank at 140 first. I don't even like the fight at 140, but ain't no way I can get this dude praise at 140 and he ain't. See, that's the shit that I'm talking about. And I'm not coming at you, knockout, but this is what Floyd has created. People already giving him credit at 140. This dude has not thrown or received one punch at 140. He only got one fight at 135. How is Tank top 5 at 135 with one fight against an old Gamboa and might be a top 5 fighter at 140 and ain't throwing or taking a punch there? The Tank hype is out of control. It's out of control, bro. I don't think T.O. ain't no superstar. Who the fuck no, he ain't no superstar. Tank ain't no superstar. It's only two, really, to me, is only two superstars in boxing. Joshua and fucking Canelo. That's it. Nobody
Also
else.
Pacquiao.
Oh,
Also
Pacquiao. Yeah, Pacquiao. Yeah, for sure, Pacquiao. But that's it, bro. Ain't no superstar. Those three guys, they stand alone. The rest of these guys, the fans determine if they stars or not. Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis, for Christ's sake, whatever, man. The fans are calling these guys stars. I would say they get enough searches and attention on the internet to be called a star. We could definitely give them that, but none of
Did
these people no
did you
superstar.
do the top three for 135 here or that? Am I late?
That's what we talk about now.
Oh,
135.
can I
Who's your
do mine?
yeah?
Okay, man, it's gonna be very controversial, bro. But let me see this. I got Haney first, number one. I got Teofimo number two, and I got Lomachenko number three.
You got okay. Say it again.
Haney number one,
Right.
Teofimo number two, and Loma number three.
Yeah. Well, I got those three. I got those three guys too. So it's not controversial. That's why I don't really give any particular order. I
Oh,
don't really care about anybody.
he's trying to say Devin Haney. He's trying to
Yeah,
say
I
Devin
know.
Haney
Devin
number
Haney's
one is
the first
controversial.
one. It's not controversial to Devin Haney fans. It's controversial to everyone else in boxing, but to Haney fans, they should believe he's number one until they get into a fight with Teofimo. So it's not really controversial
Hey,
because I got those
come
three
here.
guys as my top three guys as
But
well. Um,
D,
Devin Haney, Teofimo, and
but
Loma.
Hey,
D,
come here.
Yeah.
even a so-called historian, Mark, picks Haney to beat
Hey,
Teofimo.
Mark was trolling you.
No, he was speaking facts,
Mark
bro.
already did a okay. Listen, Mark already did a video and live. I'm not gonna argue with you about if Mark was trolling you. I'm telling you, Mark was trolling you. He already did a video and a live saying he picked Teofimo to win. He was trolling you. So if I'm not gonna argue with you about that, I'm telling you he was trolling you.
Come on, bro.
All right, whatever. I'm just telling you. I already know. I'm around Mark a lot more than you. I talked to him on the phone when we ain't on YouTube. He was fucking trolling you, fam. He picks Teofimo to win. Like
Or
seriously, listen, MMA champ. Like I said, it's really just this simple. Devin Haney fans pick Devin Haney as being number one at 135, as they should because they're fans of Devin Haney. He's the WBC champion. There's only one other champion. So if they're fans of him, they should believe that their guy's the best. Bud Crawford, pound for pound king, what's up? They should believe that. I ain't even gonna argue with that. Alex Herrera, what's good with you, fam? Mueller 27, what's up? That's reasonable for Devin Haney fans to believe that. What I'm telling you is everyone else outside of boxing that's not Haney fans, they don't believe that he's number one. Guarantee you they have him at three or lower, right? Because some people have Ryan over him, but nobody thinks he's number one. Beside, well, it's true. It's true. Ask Tony Reviews who he has. He has Ryan over Devin Haney, and there's more people that have
in
Ryan.
no universe does that make sense, man. Not at all.
Well, in no universe does it make sense that Devin Haney is number one. When number one, he's never beaten a champion to receive his title. He has not fought better competition to tail film at 135. So resume, which a lot of these Haney fans always holler about resume, but when it comes to Haney, resume doesn't matter anymore. So that's not logical. But as a fan, you should believe your guy's number one. So if somebody wants to say what they say about Ryan or Tank or that's
let
what
me
we gotta do. We gotta
okay,
respect
let me let
opinions.
me let me completely body you right now. Okay, so first of all, he beat Gamboa, who's a former gold medalist and who also was unified at 126.
Okay,
Am I wrong?
MMA champ. Look, MMA champ. When you say something that is a fact, right? But it doesn't help your argument, that doesn't mean that you body someone. This is why Mark and myself and probably a lot of other people don't really debate you because I'm not really sure if you understand how a debate works, fam. Like I don't know if you understand how debate works. The fact that Gamboa has success at 126 has absolutely dick to do with 135. That's first and foremost. Second, Gamboa uh was not a unified champion at 135. Lomachenko was. Gamboa was not a full-fledged champion at 135. Richard Comey was. Gamboa would probably get his ass absolutely whipped by Lomachenko, Richard Comey, and Nakatani at this point, which we can see they're using Gamboa to get beat up because they get ready to throw him in the ring with damn Chris Colbert at 130. So the thing is this: Gamboa's past it. He was past it when Tank fought
Past
him.
it.
He
Past
was
it.
past it when Devin Haney fought him, and he's going to be past it when Chris Colbert fights him. So you cannot talk about a win over Gamboa and a belt handed to you, which
No.
Gamboa being one of your title defenses, makes you over Lomachenko and Teofimo, who both have been unified champions, who both fought each other, guys that were number one and number two. See, Devin Haney hasn't even fought a guy that's top five yet. The reason Linio was established because Teofimo and Lomachenko were considered number one and number two. Teofimo's always been ranked over Devin Haney. I had to get Bill straight on that because Teofimo was ranked number two and Devin Haney was ranked number four way back during the tournament situation. So we
Okay,
gotta stop. Hold on. My turn. My
Let
turn.
me
No,
go
no,
on that
no,
after
no.
you're done.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So we got to stop the nonsense because if we're going to speak facts, let's just speak facts. And again, bro,
okay,
let's keep
okay,
this. Hold on. Let's keep this about the best guys at 135, bro. Not a debate that you can't win, fam. You can
okay.
have
Wait,
your
wait.
opinion that Devin Haney's number one, but there's nothing really to
Okay,
substantiate
the
that.
reason why I think he's number one is because Teofimo, everybody's saying number one, but he said 3 to 5 years I'm gonna fight Devin Haney. 3 to 5 years, not now. Case closed.
No, that doesn't have anything to do with him being ranked number one. So the case is not closed or nothing, bro. You don't understand. It doesn't matter what he said. He's still ranked number one, the number one lightweight everywhere. Doesn't matter what he said. 3 to 5 years. That makes no difference. He's holding
But
all the belts besides that WBC belt. Not only that, he's beating the better competition. That's how you get ranked, not from what you say. It don't work like
Bro,
that, MMA champ.
the flaw in the argument, anytime you try to make an argument, you construct an argument and you use Gamboa, a victory against Gamboa, as the basis for your
Jose
argument, you're
Yepes.
you're already on shaky legs, okay? At this point in Gamboa's career, every win against him means less and less. Yeah,
listen,
you can say he was a former this and he did all of that. That was a decade plus ago, man. We're talking about today,
What
okay?
is if Devin Haney leaves the division since he's the number one guy on your list? If
mhm,
Devin Haney leaves the division, who takes that division over?
who takes the division over? I would say Ryan Garcia. I think Ryan Garcia
So
would be.
Teofimo holding all the belts,
Teofimo
right?
Lopez?
The belts that Devin Haney wants, and Devin Haney leaves the division. Teofimo still don't take over the division. It's Ryan
No, bro.
Garcia that takes over the division.
Yeah,
Okay,
Teofimo.
MMA. Hold on, slow
Okay.
down, bro.
Okay.
Slow down. Dog, you do realize I'm trying to
That's a
have a
technical foul. That's a technical
hold on.
foul.
Chill, ball hype, chill. You do realize I'm trying to have a reasonable discussion up here, right? MMA. Like, bro,
But
I don't really want to play games on this
I'm
discussion.
trying to
Seriously.
have reasonable
Nah.
discussion
Look,
with you,
well, you're
though.
not being reasonable, bro. Because look, slow down. You can like Devin Haney all you want to. What I do right here up on this panel, dog, is I call things reasonably. I don't fanboy for anybody. Like Bill Haney comes over here, he shows me respect because he understands that I'm being reasonable. Period. Teofimo is literally running the division right now.
Well, I
Okay, so
bet Bill
no,
Haney.
listen, dog. Chill while I'm talking. Just chill. Teofimo is running the division right now. There's no opinion about that. He is definitely ranked the number one guy right now. You can be a fan of Haney and have him number one, but Teofimo is ranked that number one guy right now, everywhere, dog. That's number one. Number two, MMA champ. If he's running the division now and you see Devin Haney as number one, which I'm just trying to move on and keep this conversation reasonable, and your number one guy, Haney, leaves, the guy that's literally running the division right now still wouldn't be running the division, bro, you're not even having a reasonable
Listen,
conversation here.
listen. If Teofimo fights, if he stops fighting the George Cambosos of the world, and he fights Orion
All right, bro, we get
Garcia,
ready to move to 160, bro. We get ready to move to 160.
okay,
Yeah, because
let's
you're
move.
talking stupid, dog. George, he fought Lomachenko, Nakatani, and Richard Coleman. Who is Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney fought on those levels?
Who was
Either.
Nakatani beat?
No. I gave you three guys. Don't talk about one. I gave you three guys. Nakatani just beat Felix Verdejo, and he's a champion, a junior champion, just like Tank. So what I'm asking you is, those are three guys who have either Ryan or Devin, and don't give me Linares because he's not stepped in the ring with him yet. Who have they fought to this point at that level? You
Okay,
always talk about resumes, so let's talk about resumes.
okay. Ryan Garcia has beat Luke Campbell,
Not
former
on
gold
the level of
medalist.
Lomachenko, not on the level of Richard Comey, because
He's not
every
on the
time,
level on Richard
no,
Comey. Are you
no, because
serious, bro?
no, it's no. You want the facts? I'm gonna give you the facts of why. Every time he stepped up to try to win a title, he failed. Richard Comey succeeded, so no, he's not. He could never achieve a title, a
He's
world
on the
title.
level. He's on the level of
He could
Nakatani, though.
never achieve a world title. We're talking three guys.
He's on the
It
level
doesn't
of
matter. We're talking
Nakatani.
three guys. We're talking three guys, which means even if you try to point out Nakatani, you still have two guys that you have to get past. So you cannot single out Nakatani. This is why you can't even do that. You can't single out Nakatani. I gave you three names. It doesn't work that way. So again, if you're gonna have a want to turn something into a debate that I'm telling you that's not a debate, you have to have substance behind it, and you have none. So you
Listen,
need to
D.
quit. No, you need to quit this so we can move on with the argument, because you're being disruptive and you have no substance, none, bro.
D. Let
You
me say
always
this.
argue about
You
resume and you can't even validate your own guy's resume.
D said,
It's silly,
wait,
bro.
D. Let me say this. You said it's not gonna be no debate. I'm here to share my opinion, bro. You don't
Right,
like other.
right. So stop telling us where we're wrong, and I'm just coming back at you, telling you it cannot be so, fam.
I
It can't.
disagree. It's my opinion.
Okay, well then you're contradicting yourself, and that's not an opinion, because you always base things on resume. Now you're ignoring Devin Haney's, so you're contradicting yourself. So your opinion is contradictory, clearly contradictory based on your own logic. It's contradictory.
Let's move on. My high
No,
IQ
no,
is
no, no,
really
no.
can't.
Let's not move on. Your opinion is contradictory based on your own logic. You base every argument on resume. Now with Devin Haney, you're trying to get away from it, which means you're contradicting yourself. So is
Yeah,
that a reasonable discussion? You sitting up here being contradictory? Because I said I'm trying to have a reasonable discussion. If you're going to sit up here and be contradictory, you just up here trying to play games again. Like I tell you, stop doing that, fam. Or be
yo.
reasonable.
Okay, so let's forget.
Yeah, let's
Don't
move to
build.
160.
Let's go.
Let's move to
Let me see.
160. Let's move to 160 so we can be reasonable. Because right now you can't be reasonable at 135, right? Let's see if you can try it at 160. Because I want to move on to the next topic, fam. Like seriously, this is silly.
MMA, you're on 2 strikes, 3 strikes, you're out of here, man.
Listen,
It's just silly. It's not even like you're
listen,
not
ball
making
height. You're the guy who says Wilder is number one.
All right,
Please
yeah,
don't
yeah.
talk to
We
me, bro.
talking 160. 160 now, 160 division. Top three guys, ball height.
Top 3 guys, 160. Okay, guys, no particular order. Remember, that's what D said. So when you say
No,
one,
however you
two,
want to do
three,
it. You can do it in particular order. It's your choice. I don't care. I'm not doing it in a particular order.
well, okay. If you want me to go in order, then I got Boo Boo, I got Jamal,
Shit
and
with
I
you.
got Jaime.
Okay. So you got Andre, Jamal Charlo, and Jaime Mongia.
Correct.
Okay. All right. So you're going to tell us why, or leave it in limbo? Because that's a part of it too. Like, break it down.
Break it down. Okay. So I think Jamal Charlo is definitely top 2, but I don't put him at number 1 because I think he has some glaring holes in his skill set. Okay, he's very much a come forward 1-2 pressure fighter. Doesn't really throw a lot of shots to the body. Doesn't really have a lot of slickness to him. He telegraphs his punches. He kind of grits his teeth and trying to knocks guys out. Not real slick. Boo Boo, on the other hand, has all kinds of weird angles, weird footwork and awkward angles, and he's just awkward. I think he's just a problem for anyone. I think he'd probably pose the biggest problem to Canelo if I'm being 100% honest. And Jaime Munguia is kind of a blend because he's got athleticism, he's got explosion, he's got crazy power, but he's learning his boxing skills. He's trying to turn his awkwardness into a weapon. So I think Jaime Munguia right now is a problem for the division. I think Charlo and Andrade's days are numbered, and Jaime Munguia, he's number one ranked in WBC and WBO. He's gonna get a belt. He's the best guy without a belt at 160 right now.
Jaime
You understand?
Munguia. All right.
Okay,
MMA champ. What is your list? What is
okay.
your
Let me come with
list?
the facts right now. Okay, so first I got Andrade. The reason why I got I'll just go down the list. So I got Andrade, I got Triple G and Charlo. The reason why I got Andrade first, two division champ, beat Selecki, beat Jack Koke. Um, he has very slick style, very good jab, very good overhand, and he's overall a great fighter. He's a little sloppy, but now let's go down to Jamal Charlo. He's a two division champ, I believe. He beat Derevchenko. He beat Julian J Rock, and
Dude, stop
he's a
saying who he beat
yo
and
Oh,
who
shut
he
up,
oh,
bro.
beat.
oh,
Shut up,
stop cutting
shut
him
up,
off. Stop cutting him
yo
off.
shut up,
Go ahead,
bro. Yo
MMA.
shut
Go
up,
ahead.
bro.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I got it, bro. Just go ahead. Finish what
I
you were saying.
I And then I got Triple G. You know, his resume is not that good. He did fight Canelo twice though. I'll give him that. And he beat Derevchenko controversially. And you know, he's a multiple defensive uh champion or whatever. You know, and that's what. Listen, bro, you're the guy with the
Yo,
with
chill,
the
chill.
parrot on you.
MMA. Keep going, fam. Keep going. Forget about that.
That's it, bro. But
All right. Well, all right, man. You guys are wild, man.
this, listen, bro. Why
Look.
do you
Hold on,
have
hold
a
on.
dude? What?
Look. Chill. My turn. My turn. I got the mic. I got the mic. So, I got Demetrius Andre, Charlo, and Gennady Golovkin as my top three. Golovkin is he's getting up there, no doubt. I will say that. But I don't really see I think he's too strong for Murata. Jaime Munguia, man, forget about it. This kid is too sloppy, in my opinion, for me to put him over Golovkin. Golovkin will make him pay and make him pay terribly. He has too much experience, man. Still one of the hardest jabs in the 160-pound division. It may be Charlo's now because Golovkin's taking the slide, but it could be Golovkin could still have the hardest jab. Not to mention though, again, level of competition that they face. A lot of people believe that Golovkin won the first fight. However, regardless of what people believe, he still went to a draw with Canelo. So you have to at least give him a fight of, the credit for going into a fight with Canelo and not losing the fight. Stalemating a fight with Canelo. Now, a draw is not a win, but it damn sure ain't a loss. And so Gennady Golovkin gets credit for that. Even in the second fight in his loss, I counted as a loss. It still was a loss to the best guy in boxing right now, arguably the best guy in boxing, Canelo Alvarez. So this is what you can hold against Gennady Golovkin. Other than that, it's perfection. He's beating everyone. That's so you can't. So until somebody else not naming Canelo takes him out of there, I got to give the credit to Gennady Golovkin. Now Demetrius
See,
Andre,
this is
although
this
hold
is
on,
what I don't understand.
ball hype. You don't let us know
Do
what
you
you don't.
have ADHD,
Hey,
bro?
ball hype. Let us understand, and you remember chill when I'm finished talking. Then let us know your thoughts. So with Demetrius, because you guys gave your breakdown, so I want to give people a little more information. So with Demetrius Andre, here's the thing. I don't hate on any fighters. I am not confident of Demetrius Andre, but when I look around the division and I look at the guys that will give him problems in that division, I don't see the guys beating him besides two of the guys that I have on this list, which is Jamal Charlo and Gennady Golovkin. I see those two guys beating him. And with GGG, potentially, that's a close fight with GGG and Andre. So I don't think Murata beats him. Um, Eubanks has a chance. Leon Williams has a chance. Dereverenchenko has a chance, but Demetrius Andre don't fight those kind of guys. I'm surprised he's fighting Leon Williams, a guy at that caliber. That's not usually the caliber guys I see. Demetrius Andre fighting. But I do think that if he gets in the ring with like a Eubanks or Jaime Munguia, I think that he would outpoint these guys. So I have to give Demetrius Andre respect. I don't have as much faith as a lot of people have in Demetrius Andre because I believe he lacks balance. He has horrible balance, horrible weight transitions, and he's a timid fighter. You know, uh, People like to call it elusive or what have you. I got you, Mark. I didn't see it, but he's a timid style fighter. This guy's pulling away when he's supposed to be going forward. So I need to also see Demetrius Andre's chin tested. I need to see him chin check. So anyway, but go ahead, Ball Hype. What's up, everybody?
Yo, 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 yo. Just had a mm, I got a little confused there because when I'm giving my top three, and I'm going against I'm going off of the thumbnail 2021.
Yeah, go
Okay,
ahead, go ahead.
did someone's okay?
No, go ahead, go
I'm
ahead.
going off of the top guys this year as if they were gonna fight in this year, and what I'm hearing from a lot of these other guys. Not saying you, not saying MMA champ. I'm not naming anyone, but what I'm hearing is a lot of people talking about old stuff, what they did in the past, who they beat, and that's why they're so good today. But I'm not going off of that, bro. What happened in the past is in the past. Let it stay there. What we're talking about is right now, today, aren't we?
Yeah, but if you don't assess them off of the fights they've won, then how can you fairly assess them? You have to take into account what they've done in boxing. This is why we go off of who they won and so forth. You gotta take that to account. Other than that, how can you assess the fighter? Like if he
Well,
just
I
beat
mean, you're
Trevor
talking
Chico,
about
then
Triple
you gotta
G.
say, yeah, his last three fights. So let's talk about Triple G. You have to
You
at
we wanted
least
to bring up
last
you
three
wanted to
fights.
bring up the Canelo fight, but you didn't bring up his last few fights, and you didn't bring up Munguia's last few fights, right?
Right. Well,
Convincing
Mongia's
stoppages.
Turiano Johnson is no more than Zerameta.
Suleki, Sir Meta.
Yeah, Sulecki's terrible. That's not anything to brag or boast about. Dereverenchenko Sulecki. Dereverenchenko's much better level opponent than the damn Sulecki or uh Leo Williams. To tell you that truth, they might be comparable, maybe depending on
But
how Leo
was
Williams
it
looks.
Charlo? Was it Charlo or Boo Boo who fought Selecki? So what we're gonna get to see is we're gonna get to see a common opponent, which is something you guys like to compare
Well,
who they
who was in
beat
the
and all
top
this.
three? Who did I have in the top three?
You had Triple G, you had Boo Boo and Charlo. You left out Mungia.
Yeah, because it's only three. It's not four.
Oh,
Yeah,
Right.
sorry, we're not
I said,
retarded
you,
like
you
you.
know, I said, you see, we've been doing top three the whole time, so I can't put Mongia in there, which I wouldn't put Mongia in there because I don't have confidence to put him at the top three. Not over. Listen, if he was going into the top three with me, he would be going in over Demetrius Andre. I'll tell you that right now, but I can't. I don't like. I think that's disrespect for me. I would be disrespecting Demetrius Andre to put Mongia over him in that discussion. I can't put Mongia over Demetrius Andre. So if that's your opinion that Mongia is over who were your top three? You had somebody out of there. Who'd you put him over? GGG. If that's your opinion he goes over
yeah.
GGG, then that's for you. I have to see
No
Mongia in action.
Murata, no Eubanks, no Triple G. You know, we're talking about Boo Boo, Charlo, and Jaime Mungia, man.
But
That's
ball hype. I think this is why you don't want to talk about resume because you
Yeah, yeah.
can't
Well,
be
it doesn't
different.
matter. Hold on, MMA. That's his opinion. Like I said, if that's what he wants to do, that's what he wants to do. But I got El Jefe and Mark that just stepped up here, so I want to get their thoughts and opinions on this. I don't want y'all going back and forth over him picking Mongia. If you want Mongia there, let him have Mongia there. Jefe, what's up with you, dog?
Yo, what's going on, bro? You guys hear
What,
me?
yeah, yeah, we can hear you. What do you think about 126? What's your top three guys at 126?
At 126, man, I'm gonna go in order. You know what I'm saying? From 1 to 3. I'm gonna go Navarrete number one. Number two, I'm gonna
Yeah,
go Gary Russell. And number three, I'm gonna go Kid Galahad.
Kid
Those are my
Galahad.
top three.
Yeah, yeah, I talked about him earlier. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Mark, uh, you wanted to give? Did you want to give a breakdown of why El Jefe, or you just wanted to give your list?
Nah, well, I could give a little bit. Navarrete, I think he's number one, bro, because Gary Russell's inactive. If not, I would have Gary Russell. So if they're to face each other, I would have Navarrete beating Gary Russell. Gary Russell, obviously, number two, because he didn't make it to number one, because it's an inactivity, but I believe he's the best 126 pounder when it comes to resume. You know what I'm saying? And Kid Galahad, bro, like, I'm going to have them on there because Warrington just lost. I think Kid Galahad gave Warrington a hell of a fight, and I think he would beat him in a rematch. So that's why I have him as my number three.
All right, all right. Mark on Rival, what's good with you, brother?
Was popping. Big up to the panel. I've got two of the same three as Hefe, so I've got Gary Russell and Navarrete. And I've got Mauricio Larda, who beat Warrington.
Ah, okay.
So Warrington by most, like TBRB, Ring had him number one. He was even, I think he was number two on box records as well. Like I had him number two in the division. Lara beat him. Lara moved himself into that top three for sure. Galahad doesn't have a win better than him, so that's for me personally. I've
Okay,
got Lara.
cool, cool. All right. So, uh, what about 135, Mark? How you got it set up at 135? Top three guys.
Did Hefe give his thoughts at 135 yet?
No, I just went with you. What
Okay.
you got? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Either one of y'all could go first.
Do you want to go first, Hefe, or will I?
Yeah, I'll drop my three, bro. Let me go. Since I'm not gonna add Tank, if not, Tank would be on the list since I'm gonna put him in the 130s. I think I did that yesterday. But from 135, I got Devin Haney number one, number two Teofimo Lopez, and number three. Hey, fuck it, bro. I'm gonna go all out. I'm gonna put Ryan Garcia in that bitch, bro. So I'm gonna have
Facts.
the
Oh
three
Facts.
wow,
youngins in there, bro.
Ryan.
I'm gonna leave Loma out, man. I
Yeah.
think Loma might be
Facts.
past his prime, in my opinion. And all these three dudes that I named could beat Loma. So there it is. That's my three.
All
That's
right.
facts.
All right. Mark, what's your top three?
Tiafimo, Loma, and Ryan Garcia.
Teofimo, Loma, and Ryan. Wow. Two people with. Hey, look, like I said, man, if this was the same thing that I did with Shakur Stevenson at 130, where like resume and accomplishments, he hadn't proven it, but I just felt like Shakur could beat those guys. So it was guys that deserved to be ahead of Shakur. So it's the same thing here with Ryan. Like, it doesn't matter Devin Haney has that belt this, that, and the third, or Lomachenko's done what he's done. People got Ryan in there. You can't really argue with that. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility to believe that Ryan could beat these other guys. So a lot of
Could
people
I
think
say
Ryan
something, bro?
could beat Haney. So you just gotta, yeah, go ahead, have faith.
Hey, bro, I see a lot of people in the comment section saying, "Oh, why you got Haney and not Loma, bro?" Haney, I got him number one because I think he could beat Teofimo Lopez. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the reason Teofimo Lopez has been ducking Haney. He knows that Haney has a wrong style for him. That's why I have Haney number one. And I think Loma's washed, man. I think Loma needs to move down in weight. I think Loma at 135, he's too slow. His punches don't have enough pop to gain the respect out of these dudes, man. And all these three dudes that I named are fucking huge for lightweight. So that's the reason I had Loma. I don't have Loma on my list. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. Well, Lomachenko don't have to be there. Um, I
Wait,
just
what is your list? Because I didn't hear yours.
mine. Yeah, I gave mine before you came on. Lomachenko, Teofimo, and Devin Haney.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Lomachenko doesn't have to be there. I got Lomachenko
Where,
on
where did
my
you
list.
read that off? Did you read that off Ring Magazine or something?
No, no, I've been saying Loma. After Teofimo beat Lomachenko, long ago, I still had Loma at number two, so I really haven't changed on that because I haven't seen these guys do anything. Like I can't put me personally, I cannot put Devin Haney or Ryan Garcia over Lomachenko because it's just not far at the level of competition. Luke Campbell, okay, you beat Luke Campbell, but he dropped you. You know, he ain't dropped Lomachenko. Lomachenko beat him too. I mean, that's cool. You beat Luke Campbell, and then who else? And then with Devin Haney, who? Like he ain't beat no one. So I can't. Lomachenko's a wizard. Just because Teofimo will beat him don't mean the rest of these kids can beat him. I have to see them do it. And
What
until I
didn't
see
Loma
them do
dug Devin Haney?
it, no, not in my opinion. So if
Did
your
didn't
opinion
didn't
is
he
he
ask for the franchise belt
no,
when he
again,
wanted to fight
not
Lomachenko?
Hefe. Like I said, bro, I got videos debunking that. So that's just your opinion that he ducked him. In my opinion, he didn't. Neither did Tio duck Haney. So
It's
if
not
y'all
opinions
want
if
to
it's
feel like
fact.
okay, whatever, bro. It's not a fact because no one can prove that Lomachenko nor Teofimo duck Haney. You can't. You can just go off of all of this nonsense that's out there, but it's not even really a discussion. I don't take it into account. It's your opinion. If you feel like these guys ducked them, then you have every right to feel that way. I
Yeah, but
don't think
it's more
Dang.
than opinions. Like I like to mix my opinions with facts, bro.
yeah, well,
Yeah, El Jefe is cooking.
it's argument that I've had with Bill Haney, and
Because
we've
if
already
it's just an opinion without no facts holding that opinion, bro, then
uh,
it's just a
well,
delusional
what
statement.
facts do you have that
See,
either of those guys ducked them?
I'm
MMA
not
champ.
D,
trying to
Oh, wait,
debate right now, bro.
chill. So then it's just an opinion, bro. And the whole premises of the show is the opinion. If your opinion is uh your three guys, that's just that. It's nothing to argue about. That's your opinion. I think Lomachenko's number two. I think Mark had Lomachenko on there as well. So
can
I
I
mean,
ask you a question,
just
D?
our opinion. Yeah.
Can I ask you a question, D?
Yeah. What?
Okay, so let me ask you, why? Like, there was no reason for Lomachenko to take the franchise belt. I mean, what other reason is there other
No.
than
I'm not. No, if that's the question, if that's what the question is about, no, I'm not talking about that franchise situation. Y'all guys believe whatever y'all want with that franchise situation. That shit to me is like Glovegate. It's a discussion. There's no need for me to even talk about
Nah,
anymore.
Glovegate is a conspiracy, but let's move
Yeah,
on
so
to my
yeah.
160
Let's move
list,
on
bro.
to 160 because that's a conspiracy to me too. The ducking in the franchise belt. So let's just move on. 160. Ball hype. Your top three guys at 160.
I'll give him again. I said Boo Boo, I said Charlo, and I said Jaime
Jaime
Munguia.
Munguia, that's right. You damn sure did. Tony Reviews, what's up with you? What's up, Jose Yepes, Mini Max in the building? What's good with you, brothers? All right, yeah, Bar
Salute,
did give
salute.
it. So MMA, your top three guys, why you got them there? 160. All right, Hefe, your top three guys, why you got them there?
Yeah,
160.
I'm gonna go in order, bro, because you know what I'm saying. I like to put my facts and my opinions out there, man. So I'm gonna put it in order. Somebody got some noise, but number one, bro, I'm gonna go Jamal Charlo, my bad. I think he's the best right now, 160. I think Triple G's old. Demetrius Andre hasn't fought nobody to prove himself. Number two, bro. I'm gonna go Triple G, man. I know I said he was old, but this is a very weak division, bro. All these dudes are a bit unproven. You know what I'm saying? Triple G arguably has the best name and the resume at 160, but he's on the decline. So I'm gonna have him number two. So I got Charlo number one, Triple G number two, and number three I'm gonna go with Jaime Maniga, like Black and Brown says, Jaime Jaime Munguia, bro. I'm gonna have him as my number three, man. Demetrius Andre doesn't make my list. Demetrius Andre is a bum, fighting bums. You know what I'm saying? This dude has been ducking fighters left and right, not taking the opportunity to make these fights, man. So he's not on my list, bro. Just off pure fucking hate that I have for this dude. So I'm gonna repeat them again, man. Charlo number one, two Triple G, three Jaime Maniga, bro. So there you go. Those are my three. Yo,
Oh shit, yeah, that's good. That's what's up, Hefe. Well, you and both have Jaime up there, so that's pretty interesting. Uh, Mark, what you got? Top three. What's up, Tony? What you got? Top three. At 160.
Golovkin, Charlo, and that third spot's hard to pin down. Really hard to pin down.
All right.
But can you at least understand why I'm picking Jaime Munguia? Do you at
Hold
least
on, hold on,
understand the
ball hype,
reason?
ball hype. Don't make me put you backstage. When I say Mark, that means it's Mark's turn. So let him finish telling us why, and then you can go jump in there. But yeah, it is tough, Mark, that third one. I had a problem with Andre. I nearly didn't put him in there.
I mean, I don't know if I'd have Andre or Murata or Munguia, to be honest with you. I mean, I'll go with Murata.
Yeah, that was my decision there between Andre and Murata. Not Munguia. I thought Munguia
That
was
doesn't
low.
mean I don't think Andre couldn't beat Murata. It's just Andre has one Selecki win at middleweight, and that's all he's got. It's Luke Keeler. Come on, man. Walter
Oh,
Cockandapa. It took me a month to learn how to say his opponent's name.
yeah, really.
So when it came with Murata, he has the Rob Brandt win, he has the Andan win. I mean, and that's when they were a bit more solid than they are now. So yeah, I'll go with Murata at third, but I'm not confident on that at all. And you can put nearly anybody in that division. It's quite weak,
Yeah.
but it's got to be like just based off of like. Yeah, I gotta go Golovkin 1, Charlo 2, then Murata 3.
All right, all right. Tony reviews. Tony, I'm gonna get you to catch up to speed. Everybody else have.
No, no.
So
We'll go,
126, man. Come
no,
on, Tony.
we'll stick on topic and we can circle back because I got a little while.
All right. Well, where you at with 160? I'm gonna go back to you. I want to hear your opinions on 135 and 126 too, though. But what you got at 160, Tony? Oh shit, Tony done fell off. Well, he'll be back. Mini Max in the building. All right, Mini Max, can I drive you back to 126 first, Max? What's up
Yeah,
with you,
man.
bro? Thanks for joining us.
No
All
problem.
right. So, what do you
Leave
think
it
at
up here in chat.
126, Max? What the fuck, bro? My bad.
You're good. So 126, that's a difficult one, man. I would probably say Gary Russell at 1, Emmanuel Navarrete at 2, and I'll go with Mauricio Lara at 3. That's a tough weight class, though. It's not the strongest.
Same 3 as me, Max. Same 3.
Nice, nice. Yeah, that's my top 3 at that weight class. I
Hey,
think
could I ask a question, bro, before
Hold
you
on,
move on?
hold on, Hefe. I will let me.
No, it's a question to Mini Hat.
I know.
It's
I
not a.
wanted to ask him a question. You mind if the fucking host asks him a question?
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Hefe. I appreciate you. Jesus, Max. You want to give a breakdown a little bit of why you have those three guys?
Yeah. So I think Gary Russell's probably the most proven guy at 126. I mean, you can make a case that he's not as good as Navarrete. It's pretty even, though. I think Navarrete's only had about 2 fights at that weight class. Gary's been a reigning champion, even though he has been quite inactive. And I think he's fought the best guys at that weight. He hasn't fought the best opponents, but I think he has the best resume at that weight class currently. Navarrete at number 2, great fighter, very close number 2. I feel like he needs a few more fights at 126. Christopher Diaz is going to be a good win for him. And after that, I would like to see him have a few more fights at that weight class before he gets to number 1. And Mauricio Lara at 3, he's only had 1 win, but it was a very good win. As I said, if he beats Warrington in that rematch, he'll become my number 1.
Okay. IBT just jumped back just jumped on the panel. What's up, IBT? What are your top 3 guys at 26, and a little breakdown about why, if you don't mind, sir? How you doing today, brother?
Yeah, I'll do it quick because I've got the same list as Mini Max. It's Russell, Navarrete, and Lara. Whatever order you want. I don't really. I'm not too particular on it. I think. Yeah, Navarrete, obviously the new champion, just beat Ruben Villa. Good performance. Top 10 guys can be fighting Christopher Diaz next. Gary Russell Jr., long time featherweight champion, long reigning. However, despite the long reign, he hasn't had as many title defenses as you think he would, just due to his inactivity. And Mauricio Lara makes it into the top 3 as well, just on the basis that he has the individual best win out of any of them in recent years, being his destruction of Josh Warrington.
Hey,
All right.
yo, bro, can I ask my question now?
Yeah. Go ahead. Have faith.
It's regarding Mark, IBT, and Mini Hat because the 3 had the same list, right?
Wow.
What makes you have Lara instead of get fucking Kid Halla, whatever his fucking name is, bro?
Kid Galahad.
Yeah,
I'll give you
Kid
my
the
reason.
dude. Yeah.
I'll
All
give
right.
you my
Go ahead,
reason.
Mark. Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah. Lara beat Warrington. Galahad didn't.
Yeah, but that's a triangle theory. It
Have
doesn't
faith.
work.
Have faith. Hold on. IBT. What was your reason?
Yeah, I mean, Mauricio Lara has the superior win.
Okay. And Max, what was your reason?
Yeah, same thing. Him beating Warrington. Well, Galahad, you can make a case beat Warrington on paper, hasn't.
All right, this is gonna body everything you guys said. If Kid Galahad was to fight Lara, who would he favor? Let's be real now.
I'm not sure. I favored Warrington going to the Lara fight. That didn't matter though. It doesn't matter who you favor until they actually fight, right?
Let's be real, bro. Answer the damn question.
I already said.
Hey,
I just said.
I'll kick your ass off here.
I just said I'd probably favor Galahad, but I favored Warrington strongly going to Lara fight, and he got his ass whooped. So I don't know. It doesn't matter what you think would happen, right? It's what has actually happened, what is proven, what is not anecdotal, what is not a predicted result, what is a factual result of a fight. Factually, we've seen Mauricio Lara knock out Josh Warrington.
Now, let me say this because I don't really want a lot of people questioning other people's lists. I want to say this one more goddamn time, El Jefe, specifically, because your partner in crime, MMA champ, is gone. This is not set up to challenge people's lists. It's to hear different thoughts. Accept the different thoughts, Jefe. It's not. We're not going to sit here all day keep challenging what other people.
No, it's not a debate. It's not a debate. I just want to know where they're coming from.
But listen, check it out. If you want to know where they're coming from, just listen to them. Outside of that, we got the panel filling up, so I don't need everybody questioning other people's lists because it's going to take too fucking long, fam. Is that okay? You know what I mean? So again, we got Tony Reviews. You back? You locked in this time, Tony?
Yeah. So real fast, my bad about that. My son, he's got to get dental work done, and the dentist.
Oh, okay.
Now listen to this. They're trying to tell me that he needs to go under anesthesia, and he absolutely is not going to go under anesthesia. I will not let that happen. So, yeah.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
So I was over there arguing with them, and I'm just gonna go to a different dentist.
Hey, why not? Why don't you want to go under anesthesia?
No. Hey, enough of that, Hefe.
Oh,
we're going back to boxing, to my goddamn topic, not anesthesia. Go ahead, Tony.
So what were you asking me before?
Yeah, 126. Your top 3 guys at 126.
Do you want to start there, or do you want me to start at 160, which y'all were just talking? Well, fuck it, I'll just do 126. So I would say, my third one, I'll go from least to highest. I don't know if my third one's still where he's fighting at. So I'm going to say probably I will put Leo Santa Cruz at number 3. I would go Gary Russell and probably Navarrete up there too. And I can't put Gary Russell higher because he only fights once in a blue moon. So I don't know. But if they were all to fight, Gary Russell might beat everybody. I don't know.
All right. What about 135?
135. So this is the rank of like where I see them, who I think would beat who, right?
Yeah, your top 3 guys. Your top 3 guys are 35. Yeah.
Top 3 guys are going to be, I would have to say Ryan Garcia. And this is in no order. I go Ryan Garcia. I would go, who do I want to put up there? I know everybody's thinking Teofimo Lopez, but Crocky, it's about to beat him with the kangaroo. So I go Teofimo Lopez. And then for my number 3, I don't know. Like I kind of want to say Devin Haney, but at the same time, I haven't seen Devin Haney beat enough high-tier people, and I would probably still have to say Lomachenko at the
Right.
moment, depending on how Haney looks against Linares. If Haney goes out there and whitewashes him, I'd move Haney to my number 3 and bump down Lomachenko.
Yeah, I got you. Virtuoso. Same question, bro. 126 and 135. Who's your top 3 guys there?
All right. Starting with featherweight. I'm gonna go with Gary Russell Jr. Even though he's inactive, he's still a very skillful fighter. Um, I'm gonna go with Josh Warrington, and I'm gonna go with what's the next one? You know what? I'm gonna go with Emmanuel Navarrete.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about
I
35?
think the size and the pressure, that he dishes out, man, will be a problem. But go ahead, D.
Yeah, what about 35?
Teofimo, Loma, and Ryan Garcia.
Any particular reason why you want to break down why you got those 3 guys?
Even though I felt that Loma basically just became more and more offensively like more of an offensive fighter and took his lumps as a lightweight. I think he's proved his toughness at that weight class, and he's been successful. He's been, beating champions. Teofimo, to me, I think he's probably the most deadliest puncher in the lightweight, and he basically took, Loma to deep waters, because he also was basically, was very tough on him also, and I think to me they're the 2 best. Now Ryan Garcia, I think that there's a high ceiling on him. I really feel that, yeah, he could be a champion, but I think he's very judicious with the. I don't know if it's him or his handlers that is very judicious with the matchups. But I think this year is going to be turned around. Now that he's fighting Fortuna, and the Linares thing is always on the table, and also Haney. But yeah, Haney is like the odd man out. But I'll explain later. I just want to move on to the next one. 160.
All right, well, hold on
Um,
before you go there. Hold on, Virtuoso, because I want to get knockout in here real quick. Knockout. Same question, fam. 126, 135. Your top 2 guys. Give us a little breakdown. Why? Top 3 guys. I'm sorry.
Man, I agree with a lot of the panel. So 126 got Gary Russell, first longest reigning champion, fastest hands in the division. I can't really think anybody that I would just pick to beat him. So I got him number 1. I got Navarrete. Number 2, he's long for the division, has a lot of physical advantages. Lost early in his career, but he's on like a 28, 29 fight win streak or some shit. So got to put him in number 2. And then at number 3, I got to go Leo Santa Cruz until proven otherwise. At 126, I know he just got starched by Tank Davis, but at 126, he's one of the best. And so until somebody beats him in that division, still got to have him top 3. But right there nipping his heels and coming at him hard is Lara, who could potentially take that over depending on who he fights next and how that goes. 135, kind of same as a lot of people, man. I got Teofimo first. I feel like if you don't have him first, you probably really don't watch boxing. Number 2, I'd have to go with Devin Haney. And then number 3, I don't know how unpopular this is gonna be. I'd have to go with Nakatani, bro, at number 3. Reason for him over Lomachenko. I look at both their fights against Teofimo Lopez. I honestly thought Nakatani gave him a better fight. So with Teofimo Lopez being a man and being their common opponent, and then how Nakatani came back against Verdejo, who can fight. I gotta have him number 3 right now. But Lomachenko right there at number 4. I think they're about to fight. And depending on how that fight goes, Lomachenko can get right back up there in the top 3.
Was it just me, or was Knockout kind of breaking up in and out there?
Yeah, he was. He was.
Yeah, it's that
Knockout, can
cricket
you repeat
wireless
what you
shit,
just
bro.
said, but do it in like 10 seconds?
The what?
Can y'all hear me better now, bro? Can everybody hear
You're
me?
breaking in and out, bro. It sounds kind of choppy.
I'm a back out and come back in, bro.
He said Gary Russell, Navarrete, and Leo for his top 3 in that order. Then he said Gary Russell, Oh no, I'm sorry. Just
Yeah,
a
hold
statement.
on for a second.
Hold on, hold on,
Knockout.
hold on, hold on, hold on.
Hold on. Nah, you hold on, motherfucker. This is what I'm trying to say, bro. Don't everybody don't start busting in like that, bro. Because it still get. I was just laying back on that. He'll be back in. Let's just move on to 160. I wanted him to get 126 and 135 out the way so we can all get on
D,
page for 160. So
D.
what?
We got everybody else's list for 135 except for mini maxes and IBDs.
Oh, okay, yeah, you guys. Max, what do you got? 135, bro, and then tell us a little bit about why your top guys. Thanks, Mark.
All right, I got Teofimo Lopez at number 1. You know, he has the best win in the division. He has 3 of the 4 titles plus the franchise, which doesn't mean much, but doesn't hurt. Great fighter, explosive, always entertaining. He's fought multiple guys back to back in the top 10. He arguably beat the number 1 pound for pound. He beat arguably number 1 pound for pound fighter previous. Number 2, I have Lomachenko. I feel like he's done too much to get booted off too badly. He was still competitive in defeat. Multi-weight champion, beat many top guys at 135. And at number 3, I have Ryan Garcia, just because he has a very solid win in Luke Campbell, and he's still a very good fighter in his own right. I think Haney's better than Ryan, but until he beats Linares, he won't be above Ryan on my list for 135.
All right. That's IBT. What you got for us, brother?
Yeah, all right. So let me break it down. I've got Teofimo number 1. He's got I like his style. I like his haircut, so that's why I've got him number 1. Number 2, Vasyl Lomachenko. I like his footwork and his gloves. They look pretty cool. Especially in the Teofimo fight, I had 6 whole rounds where I was able to observe them without any movement, so that was pretty neat. And then number 3, I've got Ryan Garcia because he disposed of Lucas Campbell in dominant fashion after being dropped. Yeah, same thing with Minimax. If Haney beats Linares, I'll put him above. But then if Ryan beats Fortuna, kind of swamps him right back up there. I'm a proponent of who's got the superior resume, and I feel that in recency, currently those 3 in that order.
All right. So Ball Hype already gave his 3, which was Mongia, Charlo, and Andrade. Mark, you gave your 3 as well, right? At 160.
Yeah, I did. I gave
Right.
mine. I think I had Golovkin 1, Charlo 2, and then I had I just plugged with my Rata at 3, but I wasn't 100% sure on it.
Right. Hefe,
Yo,
160, bro. 160. Who's your top 3 guys? Tell us why at 160.
yeah, bro, I got Charlo. I think I said it, but I'll say it again. Charlo number 1. Number 2, I got Triple G. And number 3, I got Jaime Munguia, bro.
I have my Mongia. All right.
Hey, yo, D, real quick. There was a guy, I think he fought on the Zone from Texas. He's got a nickname, I think, Machine Gun.
Ammo
Is he at
Williams.
160?
Yeah, you're talking about Williams.
Is he at 160 or 154?
160.
Are you
That's an interesting guy. That's a good prospect. I'm gonna watch him.
who?
I think he's
Yeah.
got potential.
All right. Let me get around the table with this. Ammo Williams. I got you. So, all right. Knockout. Your top guys at
Can y'all hear me
160.
better? Can y'all hear me better now, bro? Am I still?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine, bro.
All right, cool. So 160. Sorry if y'all couldn't hear 126 and 135. My phone was tripping. But 160, I have to go number 1, Jamal Charlo. I hate to say this because I don't like what he's been doing lately, but Gennady Golovkin number 2 until one of these other 160 people beat him other than Canelo. And then number 3, I guess I gotta go Andrade, bro. I really don't have a choice, I guess. So that'd be my 3, bro. Jamal, Triple G, and Andrade. 160, they just need to fight each other, bro. None of these dudes is fighting each other. But right now, those are the clear top 3 to me.
All right. Tony Reviews. What you got, brother? What you got for us?
I got Andrade number 1, Charlo number 2, and I think they both beat Triple G where Triple G's at in his career right now. I think they both beat him, if not knock him out late.
IBT.
Yeah, I've got number one, Triple G. Even though he's older, he's far more proven than the other two, and I thought that even though it was a tough fight, I thought he beat Derevianchenko, and obviously he beat Jacobs, and he has his whole resume before that. I'm not even going to go into that. So I've got Triple G one. Then I've got Jamal Charlo after that. I liked his recent performance against Derevianchenko as well. And number three, I'm going to say it's a toss-up between Andrade and Murata. I'm just going to favor Andrade here, even though Murata's kind of got the better wins in Brandt and Dom. Stylistically, if they were to fight, I think Andre would beat him on points, but Murata could knock him out. So I don't know. I don't think it matters too much because I think if Andre beats Williams, then he deserves number three, and if he doesn't, then obviously he wouldn't be number three, right?
Right. Okay. All right.
So
And by the way, if Canelo is back to 160, he's the number one guy.
Right. Right. I got you for sure. Virtuoso, what you got, brother? 160. Virtuoso, you there? You on mute if you talking, fam.
Yeah, but I was on mute. Okay, so I got Triple G, Charlo, and Andrade. Now all three of them have disappointed me because like they didn't really find nobody, but there didn't really ain't much, going on, in the middleweight in terms of, title changes or anything like that. But those three have remained my constant, middleweight.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I want to go around the panel and ask you guys this because this is something else that I was asking. You take your number one guy, the guy that you have at number one. If you didn't have a particular order like IBT and I, just pick a guy at number one. You take him out of that division, like he moves up, retires, whatever. Who do you have taking over that division? Now, Tony, you had who is your number one guy? Charlo,
Andrade.
Andrade. So take Andrade out the picture. Who takes over that division? Tony.
God, I wish.
It would be Charlo because here's why. Somebody's got static.
Yeah, everybody go on mute because somebody's got hella fire static. Yeah, all right, go ahead, Tony.
So here's how I look at it. I think it's very likely that Andrade will be leaving 160 because he's already talked about going to 168. And I would pick Charlo taking over because we know Charlo has no interest in going to 168 because he said he would fight David Benavidez. And then he backpedaled like a little bitch whenever David Benavidez would do it. He also refuses to go up to 168 to fight the guy that he fucking challenged. So that's a bad look to me. So that's how I know Charlo will remain, and Andrade's already talking about moving up. So that's how I see it.
All right, Knockout King. Who was your number one guy? You on mute, bro.
My number one guy for the 160 was Charlo. And the question is who would take over that division?
If you move Charlo out of there, who do you have taking over that division?
I'd have to go with Ammo Williams, bro, because everybody else that's at the top is old as hell. So I gotta
Ammo, okay.
Yeah, I gotta look for a young guy with talent. I gotta look for a young guy to look like he got all the skills because if Charlo's gone, shit, that means Triple G done retired, right? Andrade is about the same age, shit, that means he gone. Jaime Munguia ain't young. Mariota, he ain't young, so gotta pick a young dude, bro. I say
23, 24 years old.
I'm 24, so he ain't really going.
My bad. I mean, what was that, Munguia? My bad. But yeah. I pick Ammo Williams over him. I just think he got better skills. I think he's more athletic, and I think he'll be able to stay at the weight, for at least another, 4 or 5 years. So I say it's good to lose.
That's a good shout. That's a good shout. Mini Max. Who was your number one guy, Mini Max?
Well, I didn't actually get to say my list, but my number one right now is Triple G, just off of resume. Yeah. But if he left, I think Charlo's the best guy, but I don't know how long Charlo's going to stay at 160. And Andrade, my number 3, also he's already 33, and I don't know how long he's going to stay at 160. Murata's 35. To be honest, I know this may sound dumb, but he's the best young guy at this weight class, probably Chris Eubank. Then that shows how weak the rest of the weight class is. If Charlo stays at 160, it'll be him. But if he moves up and Andrade moves up, probably say Chris Eubank.
No, see, that's good info, and that's why I like to have a bunch of people answer this question because you see, Knockout King just said Ammo Williams, and you just said Chris Eubank. So give the fans something to think about, these different names. Because remember, a lot of the people listening to these lives and stuff, they don't know the different fighters the way we do. Well, a lot of us don't know fighters that the other one knows. So everybody, that's why I say let's make this more of a discussion and an opinion based thing. Like your opinion is uh Ammo Williams. Well, I'm sorry, Knockout King opinion was Ammo Williams, and then you had a different opinion. So it's all good, bro. It's all good. IBT, what do you think? Who was your number one guy? And if he was removed, who would you have taken that division?
Yeah, for me it was Triple G. So I assume it would be retirement, something along those lines. If he moves, I don't think he moves up. And the people who would immediately fill the void are obviously the already existing champions and contenders. But I feel like if Triple G retires by that time, I think Andre and Jamal would maybe have moved up already. I don't know where Murata would be at that point. I can see the people who become champions at the division being Jaime Munguia or Jermel Charlo. I think he moves up. I think Charlo moves up and Jermel will move up as well.
All right. All right. Yeah, okay, okay. Who did I miss? Virtuoso. Did you give yours? Who was your top guy at that division?
Gennady Golovkin. I had him as my number one.
Right.
And if he were to leave, probably to move up for that one fight, that Canelo fight that he's searching for, that white whale, um, I would probably pick Charlo if he wants to remain there. I don't know. It's like honestly, I have no clue because the both Andre and Charlo have talked about moving up, but like they're kind of like iffy. These motherfuckers won't fight each other either. So I don't know what the fuck who's gonna come up on 160. If I were to guess, I would say Munguia. I think Munguia, has power. I think he could really take his power to deep in the rounds and really, hurt people. Grab a belt, sure. I don't know if he could be undisputed. It's a lot of politics, but I got Jaime Munguia.
Yeah, yeah.
Nothing wrong with that, man. Don't apologize for that.
Tony, did you give your pick, bro? I just want to make sure I get everyone.
Yeah, I did. I did.
Okay, Bo Hype. Mongia, you take him out. Who wins?
No, I had Boo Boo Andre as my number one guy.
Okay, well, if you take
Had
Boo Boo
Boo Boo.
out, then who takes the division over?
I mean, by default, it would be Charlo, but honestly, I don't think Charlo, he's got very much long in the game at that weight division. And I think Jaime Munguia and, maybe Ammo Williams, those are the guys that are going to be sticking around 160 for a long time and just causing havoc. I say what you will about Jaime Munguia being raw, not traditional good boxing skills, but he's working on it. He's improving. He's got young, fresh legs. I mean, he takes punches. Yes, people say, "Oh, he blocks them with his face," but dude, he's got a chin. So I like what I see from Jaime Munguia. If you were a coach and they gave you an athlete like Jaime Munguia, you would be ecstatic. You're like, I could work with this guy, right? There's some of these other guys who just don't have the physical, athletic skill sets, but Jaime Munguia has everything you're looking for. So I got to go with my man Jaime Munguia.
Yeah. I got Charlo as the best guy there. It's kind of hard, man, to really say who would take over that division. Uh, regardless of who you have as your top guy. I mean, I have Charlo. I think Charlo will beat Andre. I got Andre as the number 3 guy. He barely squeezed in there past Murata. But one point I think everybody made is that none of these guys are spring chickens. So I think out of the 4 of them, Charlo's the youngest, he's in his 30s. So, um, you know, you want to lean toward the younger guys, and we heard Chris Eubank. I really firmly believe Liam Williams has a chance. I'm picking Andre, but I think Liam Williams has a chance. For some reason, should Liam Williams upset Andre, I might pick Liam Williams to take the division because I think he'll get in there and beat the rest of these guys for real. You know, if he beats Andre, he's going to prove himself at world level. I mean, say what you want about Andre, but they give him credit for being world level. He's a world champion, right? And he has fought like Jack Coleclay at Monteroshan and these guys at other weight divisions. So Liam Williams would make a huge statement if he could come in here and upset him. And I could see him potentially beating a Eubanks. So Mongia would be a tough fight. That would be a hell of a scrap there because both of those guys are going to come forward.
Oh yeah, Eubanks. So speaking about Eubanks, do you think Chris Eubank at this point in his career, do you think he beats Ammo Williams, or do you think he beats Jaime Munguia?
I would pick.
Or do you think those young guys beat him?
I would pick Eubanks over Williams right now. I think Williams a little too green. I didn't like what I seen from him in his last fight. Some flaws there, but as far as Munguia,
it's only 24.
Yeah, I know, but even still, I just think Eubanks got a little too much for him. Munguia, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Williams got some more work to do. I think Munguia and Eubanks would get him. The fight would be Munguia and Eubanks fighting each other. That's an interesting fight to me.
Yeah.
More interesting than Williams fighting those guys.
Hey, who we got in that fight?
D, real fast. You got to understand, too, that with Eubank, he has improved a lot ever since he got away from his dad. Like, ever since he went to Roddy, he's been looking way better in the ring than he did when he lost to like Billy Joe Steiner. Yeah. Like he's a whole different fighter now.
Isn't he with Roy Jones Jr. now?
No, he was just working with Roy, but that's not his trainer.
It's Ronnie Davis. That's
yeah. Yeah, Roy is training. I didn't mean to cut you off, Tony. Roy is training Michael Williams Jr. He's actually training that kid. He's hand in hand with that kid, but he's not taking on Eubanks. He was just kind of working with him, showing him some things, and they posted that everywhere, and people got the idea that Roy was training him, but Roy's not training him. But he is training Michael Williams Jr. though. Yeah.
When it comes to Eubank versus Ammo, I definitely pick Eubank. I mean, Ammo struggled against Dennis Douglan, who just came out of jail a week before, was coming down in weight and had a short training camp, and he got buzzed in that fight. In my opinion, that was like a 6-2 Ammo fight. It wasn't easy. I think Eubank would get him out of there in the mid rounds.
Ammo Williams, he has a very similar fighting style.
I don't know, man. I think Eubanks a little bit too fast.
I feel like Ammo Williams, when I watch him fight, he reminds me a lot of Errol Spence and Charlo. There's something about this Texas style of fighting that they have, man. It's kind of a relaxed, sort of like plant your feet and we're going to bang sort of style with some slickness. It's a style that they have out there in Texas. I don't know if they all train in the same gym, but it looks very similar to me. So like the same flaws that you see in Charlo, you see in Mo Williams or Ammo Williams. So I don't know what it is.
I mean, but truth be told, Ammo Williams had 7 fights before he fought Douglas. And
he only had 6. Douglas was his 7th fight, bro.
I thought he had 8 total.
He might have had 7. You might be right. I mean, it's minute. Make your point.
But you got to think though the experience level that Douglas had. Plus, he had his mama right there in his corner coaching him. So not only did Ammo beat him, but he beat his mama too at the same time. So
since I made the point about saying Ammo Williams, I would just say this to everybody, and not trying to make it a debate at all. That fight against Dennis Douglan, number one, I feel like he hurt Douglan a bunch of times. I feel like he could have got him out of there if he didn't do that bullshit where he likes to throw 1,000 punches when he gets somebody hurt. And then also we got to keep in mind who Dennis Douglan is. If you're just looking at his box rec, you're like, oh, okay, this is just a journeyman who can't really fight. But this dude lasted a long time against David Benavidez. And I would argue when he was fighting Anthony Durrell, he was fighting very, very good in that fight until that fight got stopped on a technical decision. So Dennis Douglan is a tough dude. And for Ammo Williams in like less than 10 fights to take a step-up fight like that and maybe lose a round, 2 at most, and look good doing it, he showed just natural fighting ability and movement, and he's extremely athletic, and he hasn't been fighting that long to have all the skills that he's accumulated in like the 5 years that he's fought. The sky's the limit for that kid, bro. So I would just kind of say that, you know, Dennis Douglas was a good step up fight. That a lot of people in Ammo Williams' position, they don't take a fight like that in their 7th or 8th fight. So I think he deserves some credit for that, and I think he put on a lot better performance than what people are giving him credit for, in my opinion.
I think he did his. I was just saying, I think he did his thing there, and I have nothing. I think he looked very solid and has a bright future. But when you ask the question if he can beat like Chris Eubank, I think at this stage, not much of a chance at the moment. Just my opinion.
Yeah, no, so I agree with both y'all. I thought
Question mark. What's good? Ralph from Real. Sorry, guys. Question mark said Andre is shit. Go ahead, guys. Go ahead.
Anyways, like I was trying to say, I agree with both of y'all. I think Ammo did very good. That's why I brought it up for Douglas. Like, he was very inexperienced on the professional level, and to step up that much that early, and I believe it was his 7th fight, or his 8th fight, I'm sorry, in his 8th fight, that was a huge step up, and he did good. He passed with flying colors. He may have had moments, but he was so out experienced that you can't really hold that against him. But then I come back full circle to Minimax. Minimax is right. I think Eubank, he hits too hard, hits too fast from too many different angles, and he would just overwhelm him. Like, he's too experienced, too seasoned for Ammo at this point in time. I think Ammo would probably get knocked out if you put them in tomorrow.
I would love to see the machine gun punches versus the machine gun punches, man. That would be punches and bunches with power, that ferocity, ferociousness. I would love to see Eubank Jr. versus Ammo Williams, but we know that'll never happen because Eubank Jr. thinks he's too good for Ammo Williams, that he wants the Canelo fight and all this other bullshit. So that's never going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think so either. And I again, like I said, with knockout boxing, when you look at that division, you gotta pick somebody, right? And those guys are up there. So I don't really mind that opinion about Ammo Williams, to tell you the truth, dog. You know, we just got to see how this thing plays out, bro. This division is damn. This division is weak. You know, these guys are not fighting each other, and then it's not really the guys there. Like, this division's half weak, so any of these guys could take over the number one, whoever you consider the number one guy, whether it be Charlo or GGG or Andre. The division becomes shaky once they leave. You know, so it could be anybody.
Yeah, but D, my problem with Charlo is this. Charlo called out Canelo. Canelo said, I'm not going to 160. Charlo would not go up to 168. Charlo then calls out David Benavidez. In between time, you have his trainer Shields coming out talking about, oh, well, he's not ready for that. He needs another 3 to 4 fights before we even think about him moving up to 168. And then Charlo tries to get Benavidez to come down to a catchweight. So I really do not believe Charlo is going to move up anytime soon. I would be surprised if he even moves up in the next 3 years. I don't think he's going anywhere. I think he's locked in at 160.
A lot of it will depend on what his relationship with the PBC and where that goes, because that's already that's coming to an end. It seems like with the PBC contract with Showtime and Fox. So a lot of that's going to depend on, you're talking about his next 3 years. He doesn't even really have 3 years of a contract, really. It seems like, because the PBC doesn't have 3 years of a contract.
Yo, D, I was wondering what would the answers be if we said 135, the same question, because I think 135 would have a really interesting debate.
Let's do it. Crank it up, Max. You start with it. 135. Who's your best guy? And if he left, Max, that's what I was doing on other shows, Max. So go ahead, crank it up.
All right, so 135 is a really weird division. Sorry if you hear my dog barking in the background. All the guys are young. I think Teofimo's going to move up. I think Devin Haney's going to move up, and I think Ryan's going to move up. So I think Tank Davis is going to be the guy that does it. I think Loma's getting older. I think Tank Davis, he'll eventually grow more into 135, and I think that'll be his weight class. I'll favor Tank in that one.
Okay, wow. Tank Davis to take it over. All right, Tony Reviews, your best guy at 135, and if they were to be removed.
You already know my number one pick to beat everybody is Ryan Garcia.
We
So
know.
he is, he is not out of the
You
equation.
must be joking.
No,
No,
I'm
hold on, chill.
I'm dead.
I said that before he came on the panels. I guess people thought I was lying. He thinks Ryan's the best, but this is opinionated, guys. So go ahead, Tony. Go ahead.
So moving past that, I had Teofimo Lopez next. I'll get into him in a second. I want to touch on Tank Davis real fast. So I could possibly agree with Minimax. However, we don't know if he's going to jail or not with all them charges he's pending right now. So we might not see him in boxing for too much longer because I think he's facing 7 years in prison. And if he ends up getting that off that hit and run, he's done. So I don't know if Tank's even going to be here in boxing to take over anything anymore. So I would have to say, for me, I would have to take him out of the equation with a big question mark. So that I'm left with Teofimo Lopez, Lomachenko, and Devin Haney. Those are my top guys. Now, Devin, I have no idea how good or bad he really is because Linares is really going to show where he's at. So I would say more than likely Devin would take over, but I don't know how good or bad he really is. So it's hard for me to make that decision. So my logical answer of the takeover, who's already the takeover, would be Teofimo Lopez. This is how I see it. Tio, he's going to go up to 140. He's going to get that ass fucked up. He's going to get knocked out, and he's going to come back down and reign at 135. So I got Teofimo Lopez.
By who? Jose's opinion. Who's gonna beat?
No.
No. That's his opinion. But
No.
I mean,
No. Let me answer that question. He's going to get knocked out by Josh Taylor because Josh Taylor is going to beat Ramirez.
oh, okay. Well, says the guy
You
was
crazy.
licking the canvas after a left punch from a powerful puncher as Luke Campbell.
You talking about Ryan?
Yeah, man, that man handle. Look, Tony, I
Hold
know
on.
Ryan's your guy. Hold up, Tony. Hold up, Tony. Let me look, Tony. I didn't say nothing while you was talking. Now you done took a shot at my guy, so you gonna eat this one. Now I know Ryan was your guy, but his arm was behind him. That's one of them hurtful knockouts when your arm behind you. Usually guys can brace themselves, they roll back, get up on their feet, get to their knee. This dude arm was behind him, dog. And this
He
was
was
from
twisted up like a spinach.
Campbell. This was from Luke Campbell. Did you imagine him getting hit by T.O. or hell Nakatani or Tank Davis? Man, I don't know, man. That boy keep that chin pretty high in the air, Tony. Pretty high.
So here's what we know. Talking about chin high up in the air, lack of defense. We watched Nakatani piece up Teofimo Lopez. Piece him up. We watched Comey, as short as the fight was, he was tagging Tio left and right before he got knocked out himself. Then we moved to Lomachenko. Lomachenko from the 7th round to the 11th round could not miss. Lomachenko could turn around backwards, close his eyes, and punch behind his head and still hit Teofimo Lopez.
Right.
So talking about a guy who has zero defensive ability. He shows no defensive skills at all. Now, Ryan might keep his chin up and he might have got knocked down. But what happened after the knockdown? He showed that heart. He got up and he knocked out an Olympian who had never been knocked out before.
Okay, now Tony, you exaggerating fully talking about T.O. showing no defensive, but I'll just I'm not gonna make it about showing no defensive ability. Yes, he gets hit. All fighters get hit, but here's the difference. T.O. got hit by all of these guys, right? And he didn't go down. Ryan got hit by damn Luke Campbell, and he did go down. We're not gonna act like Ryan is super defensive either. His problem is defense and footwork, for that matter, which we know Teofimo has superior footwork. Okay, and this is my thing again. Teo got hit. You're correct. He did. He took two of Richard Comey's hardest punches, and he ate them shits. Ryan took a punch from Luke Campbell and licked the canvas. Brother. Teofimo will spark that kid. Clean the fuck out. Spark him.
So D, let me ask you this. How many times did Teofimo Lopez knock down Nakatani?
None.
Oh, none. How many times did
none.
How many times did Verdejo knock him down?
After Teofimo put him in a hurt locker.
Nah, get out. Teal was so beat up after that fight. He was talking about, I never want to fight another tall fighter like that
Yeah,
again.
but okay, hold
I
on,
never
Tony.
want to fight
Tony,
another
Tony,
tall fighter.
Tony. Let me tell you how beat up Nakatani was. He spent weeks in the fucking hospital, and then he retired for 17 months. He called a retirement after that fight. Yes, Teofimo took punishment, but the punishment he delivered. Nakatani has proven to be a tough fighter. People keep talking shit about Nakatani, but when the Verdejo knocked him down twice, what did he do? He got the fuck up. This dude is tough, and he's proven that. So again, he was beaten down by Teofimo. Not only beaten down, beaten into retirement, fam. He spent weeks in the hospital after that fight, and then he retired. He came out of retirement. So yes, that dude's tough. That dude's tough as nails. So say what you want about Teofimo. Who has Ryan fought that tough? Oh, nobody. Not one goddamn soul. He's fought nobody that tough.
He fought Luke Campbell, who's never been knocked
And
out.
I said, who has Ryan fought that tough? No one.
Luke
Nah,
Campbell.
Luke Campbell ain't tough as Nakatani.
Get out.
Nah, Luke Campbell ain't tough as Nakatani. Stop that. Man, don't try to soup Luke Campbell. Okay, you can soup Luke Campbell up all you want. He ain't no Lomachenko win.
Let me ask you this.
Because he beat Luke Campbell. He ain't no Lomachenko win. He ain't no Lomachenko win.
Did Tio knock down a Lomachenko who didn't even let his hands go for the first 6 rounds?
It doesn't matter, fam.
No. Wait. No, we're gauging his power, though. Whenever he had Lomachenko tired in the 12th round, did he knock him down after he hit him repeatedly?
That's a credit to Lomachenko, a superior fighter. He's much superior to Luke Campbell, which he already proved that. Did Luke Campbell, when Luke Campbell got Lomachenko hurt, was he able to put him down? That's the credit to a guy who has superior footwork, who will not allow himself to just be knocked down. It's not all about just one guy.
Did Linares knock him down? Did Linares
beat him?
It doesn't matter.
What did Luke Campbell have?
What I'm asking is,
you're taking a lesser of opponent, and you're giving Ryan more credit for a lesser of opponent, bro, than Teofimo.
No.
He has a lesser of opponent than Lomachenko and Comey. Comey reached championship. Luke Campbell failed every time he tried to get the belt. Comey reached the championship. So Teofimo literally have beaten two champions, and Luke Campbell has failed at that task. And you're trying to put his win up. His win's not that important when it comes to the conversation with Teofimo and Ryan.
No,
it's not
you're
that
missing
important.
the point. I don't think Tio is the biggest devistating puncher that he's made out to be. I really don't. I don't think. I don't think that. I watched him piece up an exhausted Lomachenko who has been knocked down before. I watched him in the 12th round piece him up, and he could not drop him. He did not drop Loma. Loma didn't even look like he was rocked or anything, and he was piecing him up.
So what makes Ryan? What makes Ryan the biggest puncher?
Let me talk. He was piecing him up in the worst round of the fight to get pieced up in the final 12th round, and he could not budge Lomachenko, even though Lomachenko was dead in the water. Here's the deal. I'm not convinced that Tio hits harder than Ryan Garcia. I'm not convinced. So if we're going off of power, I'm not convinced that Tio hits harder. And if they're equivalent, I'm going to give the advantage to the guy who's taller and longer, which is Ryan Garcia, against a guy who has shown himself to be defensively flawed, because the taller guy is going to reach the shorter guy first.
I'm going to give the advantage to the guy who has shown to have the better chin. Because when you got two guys that can punch, you can say Ryan got more power. Let's say Ryan got more power. It ain't like Teofimo lacked power, and we know he got more power than Luke Campbell. So when I look at two guys that can punch, regardless of who you feel got more power, I'm going to go with the guy that got the better beard on him. And that's clearly Teofimo Lopez. Clearly. Teofimo. So Ryan might get it off, but let's be real. You're talking about you're not convinced of Teofimo power. So what was it, Fonseca or Dunno, that gave you so much that Ryan has this blinding power? Was it Fonseca or Dunno? Because he hasn't done it against the top guys either. Now he's going to be punching a guy with a beard. Teofimo has a better beard than Dunno and Fonseca. He didn't knock Luke Campbell out upstairs. He knocked him out with a good liver shot, which a lot of fighters, Oscar De La Hoya was put down with that. So what gives us so much that Ryan has all of this awesome power? Because Dunno, Fonseca, Rodriguez, those guys, this means Ryan has this blinding power. We don't know about him yet either. And the first time that he got hit by someone with mediocre power in a Luke Campbell, he was licking the goddamn canvas. What about when Tio touched him? Man, please. Teofimo, put that boy in a hurt locker, fam. Put him in a hurt locker.
This is what I don't understand. He got knocked down early in the fight from one punch. Knocked down early in the fight from one punch, but yet gets up and takes more punches and doesn't get knocked down again and then knocks out the guy that knocked him down. No, the bottom line is he got caught, he got down, he got back up. He took all of the punches well, but one. That's it. One punch he didn't take well, and he got up immediately. Immediately. It's not like he was down for the whole 8 count and then jumped to his feet in between 9 and 10. No, he got right back up and he went right back in there, took some more shots, ate them, and kept going. So I don't hold that against him. And I again, he got caught by a single shot. Now, if Luke would have been hurting him the entire fight, I would give that some credence. Like, yeah, he might not have the best of chance, but he didn't. He only had one good shot that really did anything to Ryan, and then Ryan muscled through him. And then the other thing I got to look at too is the speed factor. Ryan Garcia, in my opinion, is much faster with the hand speed, much faster.
Okay, Tony, listen, bro. I'm sorry. All of that you saying, listen, Ryan Garcia has proven less. He's done less. And all of this Teofimo so defensively irresponsible. Here's something that we noticed about Teofimo. He sets his knockouts out. He's not in there just winging up punches. He sets his knockouts out. He uses his feints and all of that.
Knockouts out or knockouts up?
Knockouts up, man. You know what I mean. He set them up, bro. He set them shots up. He's not just winging punches. He's catching these guys, right? And again, you can say all of this defensively irresponsible stuff too, whatever. So is Ryan, bro. So you're talking two people that don't show the best defensive skills, but you show what you got. One guy, regardless of the fact that he got up, he got knocked down by a lesser puncher. That's why I keep making the point of him getting knocked down by Luke Campbell. He got caught by a lesser fighter. So if Luke can catch him, why the fuck can't Teofimo catch him? He's a superior fighter. He's quicker than Luke. He's more explosive than Luke. And you talking about all of this hand speed. Ryan got a faster check left hook, but again, you sleeping on Teofimo's hand speed. So if I'm going with the guy who has proven more, the guy who has shown us more, the guy who has beaten the better opponents, the guy who has the better chin, come on, bro. Like, the Ryan Garcia hype's got to stop. The damn Manny and Tank shit was a fucking hoax. And then come on, now he's fighting Devin Haney's other fucking mandatory instead of fighting the damn champion. Like, this shit with Ryan is out of question.
Okay.
It's out of pocket, bro. This silly shit with Ryan, fam.
Didn't he get dropped by a jab too? That wasn't even like the hardest punch. That wasn't Tank Davis overhead right.
It was a straight left.
It was a straight
But what
left.
I'm saying is that's not a knockout punch. That's a little check. That's a little like
it's not a knockout punch.
Did you not see the straight punch that F.A. Ajagba threw? Shit, them straights, they can end you, bro.
Knockout punches. I've knocked out people.
You compare knockout punches between a lightweight and a heavyweight.
Hey D, can I go on the actual question that you asked before you and Tony?
Go ahead, knockout. Go ahead.
So first, before I even say who's next in 135, Tank Davis better not go to jail, bro. Celebrities have killed people with their cars before. You go look up Dante Stallworth, you go look up Matthew Broderick, you go look up Venus Williams. Tank Davis better not do a day in jail. That's first and foremost.
I don't think he will.
Yeah, I don't either, but I just want to put that out there for people that, he's facing 7 years and all that, bro. Go look at some of the crimes.
I'll be right back. John Jones.
And so, but 135, this is who I think is next. It's going to be a name that's going to come out of left field, but I really believe in this young man. And again, it's my theme of going with the young fighter, going with somebody that has a great amateur pedigree and someone to this point in their career that shows veteran type savvy and veteran type skills. I don't know if any of y'all have seen this kid fight. If you haven't, I suggest you do. But this cat, Keyshawn Davis, bro.
Oh, hell yeah, that's my dude. VA, nigga, DMV.
Bro, this cat, Keyshawn Davis, for those y'all that really into boxing, a 22-year-old with world championship and Olympic team pedigree that's already pulling people's hands down with his left hand and throwing a hook behind it, that's already extremely poised in the ring, that has power, but he don't strain to throw his power, that's extremely athletic. Keyshawn Davis at 135 is going to be an absolute problem moving forward. So if I had to pick, because I think, like a lot of you guys said, I think that Teofimo Lopez going up to 140. I think Ryan Garcia, he's going up. Devin Haney is going up. Tank Davis is already rumored to be going up to 140 right now for his next fight. So when I look at people that's going to be around in the next 4 or 5 years, Keyshawn Davis is only 22 years old. He's an extremely talented and skillful boxer out of Virginia. And if you haven't watched him fight yet, I suggest, if you love the sport, I suggest you go watch him because the kid is the goods. The only thing that we have to worry about with him is, can he take a punch? If he got a beard on him, if he can take a punch, all the skills and the reflexes, it's all there for that kid. So that's who I would pick to take over the division.
Keyshawn on that Shakur Stevenson level, but
yeah. You know, D, you know,
from VA. I'm from VA, fam. My favorite fighter, Pernell Whitaker. My favorite fighter from the same. Look, they from the same fucking area. Pernell and Keyshawn. I know all about Keyshawn Davis, fam.
Oh yeah, so you own it. You know how good he is, bro.
Yes, that dude's good, but it's a kid that's gonna be hitting the pros here soon. Andy Cruz, man, he's gonna be around. And Andy Cruz, watch out for Andy Cruz. As much as I hate to say it, because of my hometown boy Keyshawn Davis, Andy Cruz, man, that dude's a problem. He's a fucking problem, fam.
Since everyone's moving up, right?
Hold on, Ball Hype. Max was trying to say something. Hold on, and then go after Max, Ball Hype. Go ahead, Max.
I was just saying that a lot of these young guys move up anyway, so there's a good chance Davis moves up to like 140, and I think a guy that's at 130 right now, it's young, that's a sleeper for 135 is Gabe Flores. I think that's a guy that he's solid. He's already at 130, but he's big for the weight, and I think he's 5'9", actually, great boxing ability and IQ. I think him at 135 in a couple of years, he can have lots of success there also.
Yeah, Gabe Flores. Yeah, he's another up and comer. I don't disagree with that, Max. I would like to see a lot of these kids, to tell you the truth, bro.
I'm not ready to write off Miguel Berchelt, man. I think he's got to move up to 135. He looked weight drained. He probably had a rehydration clause against Oscar Valdez. He just didn't look right from the beginning, man. And he got rocked. He got knocked out. I think cutting down, shrinking down to that 130, sucking down, that's not good for his body. I think he'll be much more, have much more stamina, much more power, be more relaxed when it comes into the fight at 135. I'm not ready to write off Miguel Berchelt. Now, what would be a very interesting fight to me to see Ryan Garcia versus Miguel Berchelt. The problem is that if Ryan Garcia is sort of selected to be the winner, then Miguel Berchelt's not going to get a fair shake. But if it's a real fight, if it's a fair fight, I like to see Miguel Berchelt versus Ryan Garcia at 135. They have similar sort of frame. They both have their own flaws, both have their own strengths. I'd love to see Miguel Berchelt versus Ryan Garcia. And D, I'd love to know from you, and maybe some of the panel, who do they think would win? Miguel Berchelt versus Ryan Garcia at 135.
I think Ryan Garcia will win because the punch that knocked Miguel Berchelt out was a hook, if I'm not mistaken. And he kind of got exposed a little bit by Valdez, people that can stay away from him and box a little bit, use the jab a little bit. I don't want to say he's a basic fighter, but he's coming forward. He's throwing a lot of punches, and he's pretty easy to time. And Ryan Garcia does have good timing, so I think he beats Berchelt. I don't want to say easily, but I think he stops him mid to late rounds. Kind of like that.
That's true. He did get knocked out, but it was an accumulation of punches. It was a late stoppage. He was taking a lot of damage in that fight, and as I said, he got beat up. He might have been weight drained. He might have been dehydrated. We don't know about the clauses they had in the contract. So I got to see. I'm going to give Miguel Berchelt a pass on that because Oscar Valdez, how good he is or has shown.
Yeah, we can't get world.
No, he's a champion. You got to one loss against a champion.
Don't start cutting everyone off, bro. Go ahead, Knockout King. And Max is next because he wants to say something.
Yeah, I would just say with that, Bo Hype, I don't think we can give world champions breaks. You know what I mean? He was considered the boogeyman. He was the longest reigning champion at that weight class, if my memory serves me correctly. And he was the one that wanted to fight everybody. And as a champion, we got to hold him accountable, bro. He got beat. He had some flaws exposed in his game. And again, Valdez, he surprised a lot of people with his boxing skills. So I just think the people that he will be fighting at 135, like let's say you say it was weight drain. So I think the people that Berchelt will be fighting at 135, when you think of the top dogs up there, you think of the Lomas, you think of the Tiafimos, you think of the Devin Haney's, all those guys with great feet and good boxing ability, bro. They gonna make Berchelt look amateur, bro. They just are, in my opinion. They may not knock him out like Valdez did, but they gonna make him look pretty bad because he's not fast enough and he's not quick enough to cut off the ring against people that are more athletic, bro. And that shows.
I agree. But we were saying everyone's moving up, right? So those guys are out of the division. Now Miguel Burchelt's coming into 135. All those guys went up to 140. So the question is now, who's going to be that new guy at 135? And I got to say,
you don't think Shakur gonna move up with him? Shit, like as long as he's in or around Shakur Stevenson's weight class, he won't be the man, bro. You got Valdez down there too. Valdez might move up to 135. So yeah, those guys might be gone, but Shakur be coming right there with him. Then you might have Valdez coming right there with him if he decides to go up another weight class. It's just people that I think will relatively beat Burchelt pretty easily now that the book is out on him, man. Kind of like, in my opinion, kind of what happened to Maurice Hooker. Like we saw what Jose Ramirez did to him. Now the book is out on this guy. Okay, stay in his chest, pressure him, and then you'll eventually end up stopping him if you can handle his punches. Virgil Ortiz ended up doing the same damn thing. Whether how the fight ended or not, he was on his way to stopping him. He was draining the shit out of Maurice Hooker. And I think the same thing with Burchelt now. Use your feet, box him from the outside. He's going to come forward. He's going to come right into your punches, and you can beat him as long as you stay athletic and stay behind your jab and just counter his volume of punches. So that's just my opinion, bro. Not to knock yours. I think the book is out on him. I don't see him. He could possibly be world champion again if guys move up and belts get vacated, but I don't see him beating any of the top people at 130 and 135 moving forward.
And that's fair. And you can highlight his flaws and you can say this is how you beat him. But you also got it.
Okay, 2 comments ago, motherfucker, I said Max was next. So let's let Max jump in here. You disrespectful cocksucker. Go ahead, Max.
I was just gonna say, I'm not sure who I'd favor in that one, to be honest, because I think Miguel Burchelt, he was definitely drained as hell at 130, and I don't think Ryan can fight backwards. And if Burchelt can force him on the back foot, I think Ryan's gonna be in lots of trouble. And I don't think Ryan has the boxing fundamentals or the back foot game of Oscar Valdez or the chin. And even though he has good power, I think we saw Burchelt avoid a lot of Valdez's work when he was telegraphing his shots, and I feel like all Ryan does is telegraph his shots. So I'm not sure if I actually pick Burchelt, but I think he has a much better chance than most people think. I think it's almost a 50-50 fight. If Burchelt's at his best, if we get the Burchelt that fought Jason Sosa, it's going to be a really tough night for Ryan.
You know what else too, man, is that with Ryan Garcia and like this whole idea with Ryan Garcia, and we just got to see, listen, there's a lot of guys that's going to press Ryan Garcia a lot harder than Luke pressed him. Luke admitted himself that when he got Ryan hurt, he didn't pursue him the way he should have. You got to understand something. Burchelt gets him hurt, he's not going to let up off the gas. Tank get him hurt, he's not going to let up off the gas. Teofimo get him hurt, so forth. I don't know if Devin Haney can hurt him, but these other guys, if they get him hurt, they're going to go in for the kill. Luke pulled back for some reason, which is really strange why Luke Campbell would pull back like that. But Luke pulled back. He didn't go in for the kill. So I'm just interested to see what Ryan's going to do, man. That's really all I could say. It's just really interesting to see what Ryan is going to do at this point. No, it's clear that he's taking on a fucking mandatory when he could have fought for a championship. So I can't give him a pass on that.
Oh,
for a championship. He fighting the guy's mandatory.
D, I know you know your boxing, bro. How many times you seen somebody fight a title eliminator fight twice in a row?
I know. I mean, it just makes no sense. But you got your fans running out here saying that you the best and this, that. Bro, if he's the best and you fight to go get a belt, to fight to show you the best, and then don't take the fight, you're fighting the guy's other mandatory. What are we talking about here? Like, none of that shit makes any sense to me at all.
Why does he want to duck that Haney smoke?
Yeah, he already ducked that. To me, he ducked that when he talked about Tank Davis because Floyd already told you what you had to do. So the Tank Davis was all hype anyway. That was hype from the beginning. That was cloud chasing from Jump Street because Floyd told you got to fight Rolly first. So why was he ever talking about Tank? You didn't fight Rolly Romero. You knew Floyd wasn't going to put you in there. Oscar and that bullshit deal offer he sent over, man, Leonard Ellerby made it clear nobody sends us offers. So Oscar knew he couldn't get away with sending an offer. Like they knew all of this stuff. That's my whole thing. It's not like this was new. You think you fooling the fans, but I'm not psychic, man. That video I always play, It was a hoax. That shit's 3 months old. 3 months ago, I said Javier Fortuna was who Ryan was going to be fighting. He's not going to fight Tank. He's not going to fight Manny Pacquiao. How the fuck did I know that? I ain't psychic. How did I know that 3 months ago? And it's on wax. It's right there on my video. It says 3 months, made 3 months ago. They know when you make the videos. Like, bro, this shit it was clear that Ryan was clout chasing, but D, you just hating on Ryan. Come on, man. Just open your fucking eyes. This dude is not fighting. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. You know what I mean? Just crazy shit, dog.
I will say though, we take away from the fight of him and Javier Fortuna, and I can't speak for D. I never try to do that, but I take away from it because of all the stuff he said leading up to it. But when you pull all that shit back, Javier Fortuna is a good test for him, man. Javier Fortuna gonna try to bully him. He gonna try to make him uncomfortable. So I'm not mad at that fight whatsoever. It's just one of those things where, bro, when you clout chase and you talk like that, you got to back it up. He'd have been better off never doing all of that shit, never saying all that shit, and just making the fight with Javier Fortuna. And then people be like, "Oh hell yeah, that's a good fight." He'd actually get more props for it. But since he was talking about,
still would have got flamed, fam. Because look, he can't. I'm gonna tell you why knockout can't. He can't come out and say that because both of those dudes were actually going for the champion. They were both mandatories. So it's nothing he can say to justify that. He's fighting the champion mandatory instead of the champion. You can't justify that. You got the shot. You just fought Luke Campbell for a shot at the championship title. And you decide to fight as mandatory? You can't justify that shit, bro. It's just crazy, dog.
Nah, you can't. You can't. I mean, I would still say he ducking Devin Haney. You right. It just wouldn't. He wouldn't get killed as much, bro. He wouldn't get killed as much. But yes, when you fight a title eliminator to try to fight for the championship, then you have to go ahead and fight it. Because I've heard him say, and I've heard people say, well, Devin Haney is an email champion anyway. I wonder what Ryan Garcia's, his attitude and his energy would be. Let's say if Gamboa had that belt, I guarantee you he want to fight for it then. So I feel what you're saying, bro. Like either way. You gotta step up and you gotta fight for a championship when the opportunity is there for you. So he still would have got criticized regardless. I agree with you on that. I just don't think it would be as much if he would just stop all the tough guy capping and talking this shit, bro. Like if you gonna duck, then duck, bro. Be a duck. You know what I mean? Do you make the easier competition fights and fight people that are a favorable matchup for you, and then just go away. But don't be on social media and online like capping like you want all this smoke when you really don't want it. I think that's where he's kind of hurting himself, and why people like me and I believe people like you have a problem with what he's been doing.
I'm gonna tell you what I got a problem with. These fugazi ass Ryan fanboys, like Jose, cut it out. You was one of the ones over here calling me a Ryan hater when I told you he was fighting for Fortuna way back then. You was calling me a hater for that. Now you sitting up here talking about Fortuna is a good fighter, D just hated. He was clout chasing Manny and Tank. But you was calling me a hater for saying that when I said he was going to fight Fortuna and he wasn't going to fight Tank nor Manny Pacquiao. You was one of the ones, his Hispanic followers, you just hating on. Now you still saying I'm hating. And I was right the whole time. And your dumbass thought he was actually going to fight Tank or Manny Pacquiao. Get out of here, bro. You one of them damn Ryan Garcia fanboys, so stop it right now. I couldn't have been hating, Jose. I proved people like you wrong already because I said this shit months ago and you didn't want to believe it. Now he's fighting Javier Fortuna and you over here yakking on about how it's a good fight. It's a fight that he shouldn't be in. He should be fighting for the belt. That's why he fought Luke Campbell. You don't fight Luke Campbell for an eliminator to fight the champions of the mandatory while you couch chasing Tank and Manny Pacquiao. Come on with this, man. Only thing Manny Pacquiao ever offered Ryan Garcia was a damn exhibition match. Ryan running around talking about he getting in a real fight with Manny. He had y'all fooled. He had y'all sold. He had y'all bamboozled, hoodwinked. Get out of here, bro.
That's his playbook, man. As soon as he says, I'm in negotiations with Pacquiao, then all the other fighters that he's supposed to be fighting, they have to go turn somewhere else. And as soon as Ryan says, oh, the fight fell out with Pacquiao, all his real opponents have already signed new fights. So that's his strategy. He was never planning to fight Pacquiao. I never believed that for 1 second.
I agree with that 100%. 100%.
Bro,
Bro,
I've been
Ryan
saying this
Garcia,
shit.
Ryan,
I've
Ryan
been saying
Garcia, he's gonna get an easy victory against Fortuna. I know we all respect Fortuna and what he's done in the sport, and we think he's a good fighter and so forth. But you cannot tell me that this guy coming from overseas, third world country is not gonna be an easy victory for Ryan Garcia, man. Look at all the money behind Ryan Garcia and all the hype and the clout behind him. And look at Fortuna. Who do you think is going to get fed to the wolves here? It's going to be Fortuna. There's no question about it. I'm not even interested in that fight. I don't even want to watch it. I'm not going to watch it.
Jose, you being fake. You being fake as hell, Jose. Pacquiao, you weren't saying that back then, Jose. Your comments and everything are still on the lives, bro. Are you stupid right now? All of your comments, all that hating you was doing, talking about I'm a hater, it's on the live still, Jose. Like you pretty much making a fool of yourself, acting like I don't even know why you saying this shit now. Anybody, all they got to do is go back to those lives when you was over there calling me haters and all of this, and then compare it to the dumb shit you saying right now. Cause you won't. I was telling you this back then. Why would they put Ryan in there to get beat up by Pacquiao? You didn't want to hear it. Oh, you just hating, acting like Ryan don't got a chance. Now you sitting here talking about why would Pacquiao fight. This shit is crazy, bro. See these Ryan fans? Y'all see it. This is Ryan fans in the flesh. For real, y'all go back to those lives when I was telling the truth about Ryan and look at the same Jose Yepes. Go look at his comments back then. He was telling me how I was a hater. I was telling him this stuff back then, and I was a hater for it. Now he preaching this stuff. Get out of here, bro. You was for bamboozle, Jose. You and all of the other Ryan fans, he had y'all fuckers fooled because he got the big Gatorade contract. He got the Gatorade contract. Y'all thought that he's on his way now. Yeah, he was on his way to tomfoolery. He got the Floyd Mayweather Tank Davis blueprint. Do nothing, get everything. That's the blueprint he took. Do nothing, get everything. Period, bro. Point blank. So Jose,
but you're
suck it up, fam.
Let me say this right quick. D, thanks for having me on, bro. I'm about to hop off. Everybody on the panel, salute to y'all. Everybody in the chat, salute to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all having me on, D. Man, great series, bro. Another great panel as always. And thank you, man. I got to run, but just wanted to say thank you real quick and salute
Appreciate
to
you, dog. The last of it is tomorrow, welterweight, heavyweight division. We ended
I'm
it
here.
off. It's part 5. All
I'm
right,
here.
Phil.
I'm supposed to be working, but shit, I'm here.
All right, brother. I appreciate you, dog.
Peace, man.
Like,
yeah, we doing the
Yeah,
last
D,
part tomorrow.
Don't forget, man, I was the one saying that I'm a Ryan Garcia hater, but at the same time, I'm willing to admit he's the A side against all these guys except for Teofimo. So if he fights Devin Haney, if he fights Tank Davis, in fact, it's Ryan Garcia that gets to pretty much dictate whether or not that fight happens, right? Because he's the A side in most cases against all these guys.
No.
Probably, maybe not against Teofimo, but definitely against Tank and Devin Haney.
He's not the A side against. No, I don't know that, and obviously you don't know that. Here's the thing: he's not the A side against Tank Davis, which is why that fight will never happen. And the reason he's not the A side against Tank Davis is because Floyd Mayweather will never allow him to be the A side against Tank Davis. Have you not heard Floyd say Tank is the A side against anyone? And if they can't accept that, they don't get the fight. See, you guys don't listen. This is why these are all of the reasons. You compound all of these reasons. Leonard Ellaby telling them, nobody sends offers to us. Floyd saying, Tank is the A side in every fight. And if you don't accept that, you won't fight Tank. Because he said that during the Teofimo talk, right? Which I said Floyd has lost his goddamn mind because he ain't no A side against Teofimo. But he said he's the A side against everybody. The third thing, most important thing back then, was that he said he had to fight Rolly first. But everybody just disregarded that and wanted to listen to what Ryan says instead of what boxing is telling you. The fight don't make sense with Manny Pacquiao. Floyd is not going to give Ryan a fight for so many reasons. So you have to pay attention to these things. For so many reasons, Floyd said, he's not getting the fight. Right?
Can we trade Ryan Garcia? Can we trade Ryan Garcia to TMT for Tank Davis over on Canelo team? Can we do that?
No, because Ryan Garcia and Tank are doing similar things. They're shooting for stardom, but they're not shooting for greatness. They're both doing similar things. I don't care if these Ryan fans don't want to accept it. Ryan's doing foolishness right now. He should be fighting Haney or better. If he would have taken the Tank Davis fight, okay, we'll give him a pass for that one. I definitely would have gave him a pass for fighting Tank Davis instead of Devin Haney. But I'm not giving him a pass for fighting Devin Haney's other mandatory instead of fighting Devin Haney. That's ridiculous. I'm not giving them no pass for that, fam. Come on.
And see,
Come on.
D,
Yeah.
this is what makes it difficult for me to answer the question about who's taking over the division after the numbers, the arguable, the number one consensus, guy in the division leaves. Is that these guys are not fighting each other. They're just, they talk about it, but they don't be about it. They just sort of do this thing, these elaborate, stunts, to try to weasel their way out of, tougher challenges. And so they want to remain A side, but in order to do that, they kind of have to fight somebody of lesser value, and that's what they're doing with these guys. They're wasting their prime years, trying to be A side guy, and it's like that's not how boxing works, man. You gotta take, there's people that really kick more ass than you, but are not really, that popular, and that happens in boxing, and I
Yeah.
guess that's their mindset. I don't gotta be a champion. I just gotta get fucking YouTube hits, Instagram followers. That has more, social currency than just being a champion.
Yeah, it's true, bro. It's true.
Yeah.
You know, well, I tell you this, guys. The next I'm gonna go ahead and go till 3 hours. So we got like 15 minutes. Then I'm gonna shut it down. But the topic tomorrow, I say
Alright,
the
fam.
topic tomorrow was I'm not shutting it down just yet, Bo Hype. I'm saying I'm gonna go about 15 more minutes. But anyhow, the topic tomorrow is the same, but it's the last two divisions, which was the most popular divisions, welterweight and heavyweight, which with what Boots Ennis and Virgil Ortiz has been doing lately, that welterweight discussion is going to be pretty interesting tomorrow, as well as the heavyweight division discussion. So not only are they the most popular divisions, just as far as the top three guys, if the guy you picked as number one leaves, who takes over the division, that's also interesting. You know what I'm saying? Because we know with Fury and Joshua, okay, they're gonna be in the top, right? And probably one of everyone's top guys, right? And if they leave, shit. The other one, like if Fury wins and leave, what does that mean about Joshua? We don't know. If Fury wins and Joshua leaves, then Fury could take off from boxing at any moment. So then we will have to start thinking about the other guys. So I think tomorrow's conversation is going to be pretty interesting, especially with Crawford and Spence and Boots. Crawford, 34 years old, is almost at the end of the road for him. Spence probably going to be moving up to 154 soon. So it's a really good question of who takes over 147 here. Tomorrow's going to be pretty good. I think tomorrow's going to be pretty good. So all of you guys that did come, you might want to come in tomorrow because that's going to be a conversation. And with the names that's involved in that, I can imagine we're going to go on for a long time. That's why I just saved it for two divisions. Those two divisions have enough talk in them alone. Just those two divisions. Intangible, what's up, brother?
Yeah, no, you guys are gonna shut it down in a little bit. Thought I'd just get my little take in on the topic.
Yeah, get your three off. As a matter of fact, your top three guys. Yeah, because I still got some time. I'm not on no schedule or nothing. You can get your
All
shit
right.
off. 126, 35, 60.
Give me just a second. I'm actually gonna go into my rankings because I forget my 126 top three. To be completely honest,
Wow.
just want to make sure it's accurate. I know my number one is Oscar I know not Oscar Valdez. 126, Jesus. Number one is Mauricio Lara.
Okay.
Number two is Gary Russell. And number three is Emmanuel Navarrete.
Okay, so is that in order or is that just no particular order?
It's actually in order.
Okay. What about 135?
135, Teofimo, Loma, and Ryan for me.
Teofimo, Loma, and Ryan. There's another one, Ryan. Okay, cool. 160.
And 160 for me, I'll go with Golovkin, Charlo, and Andrade. I think it's pretty much those three and then everybody else. Really, it's the top two and then Android and then everybody else. It's kind of hard to determine otherwise, but yeah. 126. I have Mauricio Lara at the top there. That's just because of momentum. Look, Russell hasn't fought in so long, and then looking at Navarrete, well, Josh Warrington just lost. Leo hasn't fought there since way back when, and Navarrete's best win there is Ruben Villa, and he kind of got touched up a lot in that fight, whereas Lara beat the number one guy for me. So that's kind of how I see it. He and Gary are interchangeable still.
Okay. All right. So, you remember Intangible, you've been here for most of the show. So, if you take the guy that you pick as number one out of that division, who takes over that particular division?
126, probably Navarrete. I think Navarrete is going to be there for quite a while. If you want to be extremely optimistic, I guess Inoue. I don't know, but I'd go with Navarrete.
That'd be down the road.
That'd be way down the line. 135. I think Loma, to be honest, if he were to stay there for any prolonged time, but I don't really think so. So I'll go with. It's actually hard to say. Ryan, I don't know if Ryan can. Maybe Haney. I think Isaac Cruz is going to struggle against a lot of different styles, but other styles he's going to have an easy time with. Like, he's just that type of an explosive, firepower-oriented fighter. And middleweight, Charlo, in my opinion. But even he's not going to be there for too long, so it's also hard to say. Maybe Janabek, since he's kind of on the come-up, and that's really the only top up-and-coming guy that I think can really threaten those top guys at 160 at some point.
Right. Yeah. I feel you, man. Well, I'll say this, bro. Great discussion, Intangible. I don't know what you're doing tomorrow, but like I said, it's the two most popular divisions tomorrow, bro. Welterweight and heavyweight, so might want to show up for that one. Because I can just imagine. They kept trying to argue today, Intangible, Hefe and MMA champion. I'm like, bro, it's just a discussion. Everybody gonna have different opinions. This is why I want to have this. I want to know what people's difference of opinions are, and then different names being brought into the conversation. Somebody brought Kid Galahad into the conversation. You know what I mean? Which, hey, these are opinions. But right, and he El Jefe did, and he had good points. And this is what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people don't know about these fighters, and then so when you guys bring that particular fighter to the table and you back it up with some points, no matter what points, you know what I mean? It gives just the people that don't know about them more information about these fighters. But sometimes we're gonna have a little back and forth. I'm just trying to keep it to a minimal. El Jefe and then went back and forth a little bit. Tony and I a little bit, but I want to keep it more on the discussion, or at least let us get through the fucking fighters before we start arguing and shit. You know what I mean? At least let's get through the names first. So, but yeah, I appreciate everybody coming through. Box fans in the building. Fish, what's good? What's good? Yeah.
Alexis Espino fights at 168, so I don't think he'd come down to 160, and I think I think he'd be too big for that division, to be honest. Isaac Cruz could, but you have 147 and heavyweight, and what's the other division you got?
No, it's just those are the last two, because we covered everything from 115.
Oh, okay, I see.
Remember, we started Friday, so tomorrow's part 5, and we've already covered everything from 115 all the way to heavyweight. And
damn, that went quicker than I thought, to be honest.
Yeah, that's why I separated them like that. You know what I mean? Put them on different lives so that we could get through them and it wouldn't be so. Yesterday went really quick because nobody really came on the panel, so I kind of breezed through that shit by myself. But I brought a lot of different fighters to the table. Of course, it was just me up there, so it kind of went by really quickly. But I don't mind if it takes a long time or whatever. I just want to talk about the different weight divisions and these fighters and shit, bro. Because a lot of people just don't know about these guys. You and me and Mark, and we can sit here and praise these guys all we want, but sometimes it just takes one conversation to bring people's attention to that a particular fighter, and then they locked in their fan. The only reason they wasn't watching them because they never knew anything about them. So by the way we praise our fighters, we're gonna praise our picks, right? We're gonna all make our picks, and we're gonna praise our picks. So some people may be sitting out there listening, and they're like, who is this kid Galahad? Why would he put him at top 3? Let me go see about this kid Galahad. Then they go look up kid Galahad, and guess what? They like him. So now they're a fan, and now they're actually paying attention to that division because they want to see who kid Galahad fight. This is how we create, fans in different weight divisions. You got to talk about it, and a lot of people not sitting around talking about it. It's just Spencer and Crawford and AJ and Fury and all of this bullshit, right? So it is what it is, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got a question regarding featherweight.
Yeah, go ahead.
I know I had him in the back of my mind, but I see more of Navarrete fight than this guy. What do you think? What do you feel about Kansu? At the world level, like, do you think he could really be somebody in featherweight?
Well, somebody in the chat earlier when we was talking in that class, they had a couple of people actually had Sukan, and they had him in the top 3. So again, like some people are confident in him, so some people are not. So
Zukon's a nice fighter. The one thing I will say is and I originally favored Warrington to beat him, and even now, if Josh Warrington came back to regular form, I'd still actually pick him to beat Kanzu. He's a good fighter, don't get me wrong. Extremely fast hands, unbelievable work rate, the whole 9 yards with that. But his feet are a bit too slow for me. He's not really all that good of a mover. He's really dependent on holding the center of the ring. I'd personally favor Navarrete to probably stop him late. Although who knows what his gas tank is like. But he's a good fighter, don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to see more of this guy. Who's this promoter? Eddie Hearn?
Golden Boy, I think.
Golden Boy. Yeah, Golden Boy. Yeah. Yeah, I got to see more of him, This is, so you see where he measures up, against the best at featherweight.
yeah, well, I think he's gonna do well. Trust. I think all of these guys are going to do well, man. They guys shift around so much down there too, bro. Guys shift around, and a lot of the good guys at the lower competition, a lot of them are kind of up there, a little long in the tooth, as they say. So you're going to see a lot of movement. Intangibles guy, he's going to be one of these fighters of the future, and I'm damn glad too, because the Japanese fighters don't get the respect they deserve. So, because Kazuta Ioka, he's not going to be around for long. Chocolatito and Juan Francisco Estrada, they're not going to be around for long. Rongvasai is old. Ankahas can't beat fucking Kosei Tanaka right now. So you can really assess that this kid is going to take over soon enough. Because who's going to be there to stop him? Those names that I gave you outside of Ankahas are the only guys that's really around that could stop him. If they could, because Kazuta Ioka beat him, don't mean these other guys would beat him. Like, he's that good. So it would be reasonable to say, well, he'll take over, right? Because to me, who else is there? Who else is there to stop this kid from taking over? That's how I look at it. So, man, you got to pay attention to these. Mark and Julius put me on to that division. Well, actually, I would say it's a combination between Mark, Julius, and Intangibles' crazy ass with the way he was boosting up Kosei Tanaka. You know what I mean? They put me onto that division. I mean, I knew about Chocolatito and Juan Francisco Estrada, and that's pretty much, and I knew about Rungvasai. That's all I pretty much knew. I didn't know much about Ankahas, Kaya Fai, didn't know much about Kazuta Ioka or Kosei Tanaka until these 3 guys, man. Julius and Mark always going back and forth with the damn Ioka Tanaka beef and Tangible was Tanaka crazy back before that fight. It was good, man. That was an awesome fight too, man. Kazuta
It
Oka,
was.
it would have taken somebody at the level of Kazuta Oka to stop him. That kid was ready that night because Kazuta Oka had a good fight, but I think Kosei would have beat up a lot of people on that night.
Yeah.
That night he came to fucking thump that night. You got to give it to that kid, bro. Ioka was just more experienced. His timing was impeccable in that fight, and that's pretty much all I can say about it, bro. That's all I can say about it. But Kosei Tanaka, this kid's gonna be. He's one to watch. He's one to watch. In and around those divisions, because he's already 3 divisions, right? Intangible.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's already 3 divisions. So in and around those divisions, like pay attention to Kosei Tanaka.
Yeah. He's a force, man.
Yeah.
I gotta get going, man.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
getting
out of
ready to
here,
shut it
man.
down anyway. Thanks again, everybody, for coming on. Intangible, Ball Hype, Tony, Mark, a whole bunch of people. Everybody joined the panel, Virtuoso, everybody in the chat. We'll be back tomorrow morning. I didn't do it this morning because I had to, take my daughter to deal with her car and stuff. But back tomorrow morning for the morning live. And y'all know how I always end this thing. For the love of sports, let's talk about it. Peace.